Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday night. It is February 19th, 2024, and we're back. I hope you all had a great weekend. Tonight, guys, it is an open discussion, wide open discussion. I know it's late, but here we are. Thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Let's see if we can finish it off the right way. Let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody tonight? Hope you're all having a great night tonight. Hope you all had a wonderful day today. I missed y'all very, very much. Hopefully, you all missed me as well. Do me a favor, guys. If you did, hit that like button for me on your way in the door. That'll definitely help me out and get us out in that algorithm when we need to be there, guys. So thank you, guys, and thank you all for joining me once again. Long day, guys, but we're closing off the evening the right way, hanging out. I get to hang out with all you awesome peeps. And like I said, and like it says in the title, it's a wide open discussion, guys. We're going to be talking about whatever we talk about. So there's a little bit of everything we can throw out there and talk about. Again, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I did miss you guys. It's been a couple days. So we're back, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be the normal time. So come on in, grab a seat. We got 41 people in here with 25 likes. Come on, guys. Pretend, at least pretend like you like me, please. You got to get me in that algorithm because YouTube don't do it. They don't do it. They make us work. They make us work. Just hit that like button. It don't cost a cent. Please, please put me out there. Appreciate it so very much. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to all you beautiful people. Hope you're all feeling good. Nobody's sick anymore. I know that was going around for a while. So grab your coffee, tea, whatever it is. Everybody's settled in for the night. It's cold here tonight. Settle in and let's hang out and have a discussion tonight, if you will. Appreciate you guys. Speaking of which, excuse my camera trying to focus. Come on now, camera. There we go. Let's see who is gracing me with their awesome presence tonight. Looks like we got Miss Charlotte Gross. Welcome back, Charlotte. Great to see you. Victoria, thank you for being here tonight. MIA, welcome back to What Do You... It's my honor to be here with all of you. Mr. Philip Hughes, my awesome friend. How are you, sir? I hope you're doing great today. Thank you for joining me tonight. Love Tina 2010. What is up? Good to see you. There's my doodle bug. What's going on, girly girl? Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Annie Ruler, hola, and welcome back to you, dear. Annie Peterson, welcome back as well. The Borg, what is going on? Welcome to you. Miss Noni McPoppins, great to see you always. Joanne, welcome back. Don't be working too hard now. Looks like Brady B, the OG, in the house. Never fails. This is the most reliable woman I've ever met in my life. I owe her so very much, and thank you for being here. Brandy, my awesome #1 mod. Gotta love her. Gotta love her. Virginia Wolf, what's going on, bro? Good to have you. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Candy Girl, good to have you here tonight. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Groot. I seen you already. Let me see. Who else do we have in here? We got a lot of people watching and not in chat, and that is okay. That is okay. I do appreciate all of you as well. More than you guys know. Let's see if anybody dropped in at the bottom here. Sooner Girl 74. How are you tonight? Thank you so much for joining us. Lisa Wilson, welcome back to you as well. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Simply Solo, always a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Again, guys, please share this out to everybody and anybody. I don't care who it is. The milkman, the mailman, the neighbor, even the dog walking down the street. They might be interested in hearing my voice. Who knows? Who knows? Please share this out so everybody can see it. We can get this out in that algorithm, just as YouTube wants. And please hit the like button as you come in. Leave me a little bit of DNA on that like button. I appreciate that so very much. Miss Jennifer Hansen, hello. I am so sorry you had a bad day, dear. Hopefully we can help to make that day better for you since we're closing out the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you. I really do. Come on in, everybody. Grab a seat. Grab a chair. Plenty of room in here. Looks like we got 49 peeps in here with 35 likes. Come on, guys. We're almost there. Gene Anderson, welcome back. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good evening to you. Teresa, thank you for joining us. Great to see you here. Great to have you. Let me see here. Come on in, Florida, baby. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. The algorithm's doing its thing. Thank you. Welcome, and what's going on with you? Great to have you here. Duke, my brother, what's going on? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Come on in. Yes, Miss Brandy is pure loyalty. Miss Brandy's been with me for 2 years strong, folks. 2 years strong. Every single day, even when she shouldn't be. When this lady's sick, she's here. You guys, I'm telling you, you could never ask for a more loyal friend, subscriber, community member, and #1 mod. I'm telling you right now, this lady is amazing. Doodlebug's another one. Always here. Always here. These people care about this channel and myself, and I could never ask for more. I appreciate you all so very much for that. You have no idea. Good again. Could not do this with you guys without you guys. Miss Salty's in the house. True crime. What is going on tonight? CR, as always, gifting that membership every time she drops in here. Welcome, CR, and thank you so very much for that. I appreciate you more than you know. Looks like Rhode Island Housewife was gifted that. Welcome. Good to have you here, Rhode Island, and welcome to the sauce. Another meatball in the house. What's going on? Doodle's amazing. Yes, she is, Annie. Very loyal, very awesome community. Family member. Love this family so very much. Absolutely. CR, you are amazing. Every time CR comes in, he drops at least one membership. At least one every time. It's amazing. Excuse me. Again, thank you, CR. And welcome back. Rhode Island, appreciate you. I've never thought that he was innocent, Tina. Not ever. Not ever. All I have ever said, I've never said I think Brian's innocent. I've never proclaimed his innocence, and I won't until they prove that he's innocent. I've always said, yes, he's innocent until proven guilty, because that's just how the law works. I honestly, you guys, I'm not lying to you. I've said this before. I know there's people that have heard me say this too. I'm almost praying that the prosecution can show me something that Brian, some proof, real proof that Brian did do this. I want him to be the one. Considering that's who they have in custody, I want them to be right. I want it to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Ro, what's going on? Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. We got 71 peeps in here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Excuse me. I'm not a troll. Sometimes my body feels trolling. I'm disabled. We have another Brandy. We do have another Brandy in here. Well, hello, Brandy 2. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here. Guys, share this out if you will. Spread the word. And please hit that like button. Leave some DNA for me. As you come in the door, I do appreciate you all so very much. We're not going to be getting into any specific topic tonight, but we're going to be talking about little bits of everything. We are this week, though, give you guys a little itinerary, are going to be hitting up Delphi again. There's a new case. I may touch on it tonight that I've been following a little bit. Audrey Cunningham. This case grabbed my attention for the simple reason that as soon as I saw this girl, she reminded me of Summer Wells immediately, and it just ding. So we're going to probably talk about that maybe a little, and whatever you guys throw at me, that's what we're going to talk about. That's what I'm here for. But again, this week we're hitting Delphi, guys. There's always more to talk about, and I want you guys to get. How can I put this? I want you guys to see how important the Delphi case is feel like I do about it, for those of you that aren't really into it yet, because it really is, guys. You know that I have a passion for this. When I get involved in something and it catches my fancy, really weird term to use, but once it latches onto me, I latch back onto it. I get serious, and you guys know that, okay? And it didn't take me very long. The awesome, salty, sleuth, true crime time. She showed it to me and said, hey, Dago, I like how you do things, and I need you to take a look at this one time. And I did. Holy hell. I looked at it that time. I looked at it a couple other times. I started looking at it on my own. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this case? Which is why I'm so into it like this now. I'm so passionate about it, and I want the whole world to see it now. So we'll be hitting that this week. And some other things, guys. There's plenty more to come. Again, I'm my apologies to all of you that look forward to the daytime shows. I'm sorry that we didn't get to do that today. At some point, hopefully I'll be able to lock down a regular schedule again, and you guys will know exactly when I'll be. But I've been trying to put my shows out ahead of time so you guys can see them coming. Very strange case, CR. I do agree with that one. Noonie McPoppins. I did see you there. Welcome. Good to have you. It is very strange, CR. I agree. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I do, Jen. I get invested big time because I've always had a passion for this stuff. Always. I wish there was more that I could do. Okay. When I first started coming out here, I always felt like these stories, these cases need to be put out like a story would, in a sense that, these people that are either missing or have been unalive, they're deceased at this time, they don't have a voice anymore. So that was always my claim, to be the voice for the voiceless and to try to help in some way, shape, or fashion to bring true justice to these cases. Idaho, Deborah Collier, Kylie Rodney, Summer Wells, and some of these cases are still unsolved. And eventually I will be revisiting some of the older stuff just to keep it. I hate when these cases go cold. It really gets me. It really bugs me. Um, but Delphi, once again, like I said, the Idaho 4 case has captivated the whole world. And it's sad to me that the Delphi hasn't done that yet. It should, because it's a very, I don't know. People have said that the Idaho 4 case is it's captivating. It grabs everybody's attention, and I think that the reason why Delphi hasn't is because there was such a huge gap between when the murders happened and when the arrest happened, and I think that's why. It's sad, but that's what I think happened. I know that's why my interest on it wasn't as deep, because I wasn't really following it like that, and I was so busy, with these other cases when the arrest happened and things like that. I mean, I knew about it, but I wasn't on it like that. So, when I did get into it a little bit, there's some things in these cases, guys, that just grabs you. When it does, you're stuck, and that's where I'm at with that now. So, Chemistry Queen, welcome back. Good to see you, Canadian Cat Lady. Always a pleasure to have you, dear. Oh, I knew you would be here. Knew you would be here. Ray Baldick, good to see you. That's the other thing too. Ray is right. That the Delphi case had no real suspect for a long time. They bounced around to multiple people, but it was never really anything solid. And I still, sorry to say this, but I still don't feel like there's anything solid yet. I don't. As you all have seen when we've talked about it, there's a lot coming out. And that I'll be bringing out. And I feel guilty because I didn't bring it to you guys the way that I wanted to. It was very disorganized. I just wish I could have done more. There's Miss Bonnie. Always love seeing you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for that, for super chat of the night. Thank you. Thank you so very much, and God bless. You are appreciated. And Miss Brandy, thank you. And guys, again, thank you for anybody that does or has donated to any one of these 3 links. These links here are what pays the bills, because these donations go through right away. I don't have to wait a month to get them. And guys, they help. They're so very important. The bills are due now. The internet and everything comes due once a month. And for me to keep doing this, that's how I do it right there. So all of you that do donate to that, God bless and thank you so very much. It's never, ever, ever expected, but God knows it's so, so very appreciated. Thank you. So yeah, guys, that's why I've been spending so much time on Delphi recently. There's the things that I've seen since I started doing this, you guys, is crazy, especially in this case. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to say this: almost everything that's happened in Idaho is based on speculation. Most everything we've heard is rumor based off of what's been thrown around out here on social media, because mainstream media, you know what I mean? You already know. So that's one of the things that captivated me with Delphi, is because everything I've talked about to you guys, everything is based on documentation that's been put out. Fact. That's crazy. Crazy, folks. The things we've seen, for that to be factual information, is insane to me. And that's why I'm stuck on this. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that so very much. I really do. Did I miss somebody up in here? Chemistry Queen, I see you there. The PCA is a lot. Oh, absolutely, Ray. Absolutely. And again, in the Delphi case, guys. Justice is justice, and it needs to have real justice. All of these cases, those two little girls deserve nothing less than absolute true justice, and we know that. Okay, excuse me, sorry. And the less it's talked about, the lesser of a chance I feel that things can happen in that sense. Okay, so that's why I constantly do this. That's why I constantly want to talk about these things and why I push these things like I do, even when we're not covering it. We're not covering, like, really covering Delphi tonight, but I'm going to talk about it because I want you guys to remember the Delphi case, Richard Allen. And like I said before, Richard Allen very well could be the person that did this. And in that case, I'm glad he's in custody. But the things that I've seen happen with Richard Allen, you guys have never seen before. Never. I've never seen it allowed before. It kind of freaks me out a little bit because, you know, I'm a grown man. I'm almost 50 years old, and I see these things that it almost scares me. It makes me feel like a child when you first learn something that you don't know exists as a child, and you're like, oh my God. Because we don't expect these things to happen. This, you know, we feel we're supposed to feel safe in our world that we live in. And that the law protects us, and that law enforcement protects us, and that we know that if something bad happens, that we can go to those things and they're going to take care of that. It's not going on in that case, guys. It's not going on in that case at all. You know, and again, this man very well may be the suspect and may need to be the one in custody. The thing is that we're seeing things happen that go completely against the one thing that this country's built on, and that's the Constitution. This man's constitutional rights are being violated on a daily basis. His human rights, the rights that he has is from just from being a human being, are being violated on a daily basis. That's the problem. That's where we have to stand up and go, wait a minute, what is going on with this? Okay, and that's why. So it's a scary thing, you guys. It really is. You know, and my platform, for those of you that are newer and haven't heard this yet, is based and built on the fact that you are all welcome and should have your own thoughts and opinions and your theories about these things, as long as, of course, they're reasonable, logical, and commonsensical. Okay, and that's what I want, because there's a lot of places out there that people cannot express that opinion to what they feel without being attacked, daily. That's what this platform was built on and based on, and it's going to continue to go that way as long as I have it. Hey, Teresa, good to see you tonight, dear. Thank you for joining us. Is the right to defend himself? Yes, absolutely, Salty. Thank you. You would be shocked at how often it does happen, but it doesn't get the attention. I know, Annie. It is shocking. It really is. It's sad. Very sad. Speculation is okay as long as it's in the realm of possibility. Thank you, Bonnie. It's got to be logical, folks, and commonsensical. Some of the things that I have heard, and I'm so happy that at this moment, knock on wood, that it hasn't gone in that direction with Delphi yet. And I pray to God it doesn't, because that case is so built on facts right now, guys. Everything that we've seen, none of it is conspiracy. It's real. We've seen it happen in front of our faces, and which is why it's so shocking. The Idaho 4 case, that it has been nothing but conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. It's insane to me, you know? So that's why we have to keep Idaho, or the Delphi case, on track, straight ahead, keep the blinders on so all the other crazy stuff does not get inside, and get it out there the way it needs to be out there so the whole world sees and hears it. So if you guys know that I'm talking about Delphi, please be here, please. And tell your neighbor too. They need to hear it too. The whole world needs to hear it when I'm doing it, please. Even if you're not interested in it, I promise you I will make you interested in it, because we need more people to hear it, guys. We do. Teresa, Richard Allen, yes, I am. When is Richard Allen due back in court? There's a hearing coming up in March. Salty, do you know what date that is? I got you, Doodle. It can happen to any one of us. That's what's scary about it all. Admittingly, my poor husband to hear me lose my crap because of some of the nonsense. Mm-hmm. I can imagine. I can definitely imagine, Annie. Beth, welcome, Beth. Good to see you. March 18th. Thank you, Salty. In fact, I knew that we had a hearing coming. I just couldn't remember the date, and I'm going to put it on the calendar right now, as I usually do. It's on a Monday. Yeah, I haven't heard any crazy stuff about Ann Taylor as of yet. So I'm sure it's very possible. Plenty of interesting, crazy stuff. Yeah, I think Doodle should be a stand-up comedian. Thank you again, Salty, for that, dear. I appreciate that very much. Kano, how's Kano doing? Thank you again, Brandy, for that. And I appreciate you. Miss Carrie Pachula, good to see you tonight. Is it hard sometimes to be a creator and always have a live? Do some cases really get to you? Absolutely. You know, guys, we can do that tonight. We can have a Q&A tonight if you want to. You guys can ask me any questions you want. I'll give you as many answers as you need. That's what we can do tonight if you want to. I've been wanting to do that anyway because I've had people ask me that. So yeah, that's what you guys want to do. Let's do it. Some cases really get to you. Idaho 4 has gotten to be, but I can take a break for a few weeks. How do you regroup? You know what? It is hard sometimes, Carrie. I've had conversations with a few people that know me that I talk to regularly. It's very hard sometimes because there's a lot of nonsense out there that goes along with this, and being on social media, it does make it hard to present something to so many people. And if you accidentally put out some kind of misinformation, it does happen at times. It's accidentally. I'm not a channel that purposely will put out misinformation. Welcome, Shelly. Thank you for joining us. I've never purposely wanted to or tried to put out misinformation. I've tried to basically go by nothing but documentation. Now, earlier on in the Idaho case, I had some issues with people coming on and making comments and saying things. I got that grounded, thank God. And I try not to say anything without vetting every bit of what I have. I try very hard. Sometimes things do seem like they're vetted and that that's clarified, and then in turn it ends up being wrong. And when I do realize if I have put out misinformation, I try to fix it immediately. But that makes it very hard to be a creator, okay? Because there is so much going on in different cases. And I absolutely they get to me. The Summer Wells case got to me. Any case that I've dealt with that has a child involved has always personally affected me. Kylie Rodney's case got to me, like, deeply. Some of the people that have been here with me for a long time, I lost sleep over that case. Okay. The Idaho 4 case has gotten to me, not in that way, but more like in a stress related fashion because of a lot of the crazy stuff. Okay. Excuse me. And at times I probably should have taken a break. I don't like doing that to you guys because you deserve better. You deserve the best of what I can give you. And it's not your fault. This is what I chose to do. That's not your fault. You come out here expecting to see me, okay? Or for me to be here for you guys to have somewhere to be. or to come listen to what we're talking about. That's expected from you guys, and it I know that, okay, and I appreciate that. For you guys support this channel, I need to support you. Do you know what I mean by that? So that's why I don't really take breaks. Every now and again, the only time I really take breaks is if I get sick, and I still try not to do it even then. I try to be here as often as I can because there's a lot of people out there that look forward to this, that expect this, that need this in some ways, okay? And if that's the least I can do for the people that have supported me to get me to where I'm at right now, then that's, damn it, I'm gonna do it, okay? But as far as subscribers go, it's a good thing, I think, for mental health reasons for you guys to take a break sometimes because people get confused too. And it's frustrating. People take these cases personally. A lot of people have taken the Idaho 4 case very personally and gotten very upset over certain things, okay? And it's hard. It's very hard. So sometimes if you feel like you're starting to lock down and you're gritting your teeth on a regular basis, you're getting angry about hearing things and this and that, back away from it for a while, please. Please. Because it's not worth getting that upset about, you guys. It's really not. Take a day, take a couple days, take a week. It's not worth your health over. It's not. And I get it, when certain, like Delphi, for instance, that case is upsetting because, like I said earlier, we expect the law and law enforcement and people in general to just be a certain way. And when they don't, it's like heartbreaking. Okay. It's heartbreaking. And we don't want to look and like, I think as human beings, we don't want to look at each other and believe that people can be certain ways, but they do. Okay. So please, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious or any of that, just step away. It's not worth getting yourself that upset about. It's not. Let's see here. Great question, Kelly. Or I'm sorry, Carrie, not Kelly. Welcome, Miss Valerie. Thank you for joining us tonight. Another one of my awesome mods. Martin. Did I just see Martin in here somewhere? I did. Martin Catchpole, welcome. Good to see you. That's the fourth person that's come at me. It was not clickbait, sir. That show was titled Brian Koberger Guilty with a question mark, 2 question marks, actually. I think there should have been. The description explained the whole thing. It was us trying to figure out why everybody that thinks he's guilty thinks that. That's what the show was about. I don't do clickbait. I've never done clickbait, and I won't. I'm not going to start now. I guess I should have thrown something else in the title, maybe, because I've had a few people ask me about that. And my apologies if you took it that way. That's not what it was meant to be. If you go back and look at my 600 and some odd videos, I think I'm at this point over the past 2 years, I've never done clickbait, guys. I just don't believe in it. So I didn't mean that. It wasn't what it was. I typically feel that most people, because I do. I read the descriptions on anything I go to watch, and I thought just about everybody did too. So my apologies for making you feel that way. Why is Delphi taking so long to go to trial? Well, it's a great question there, Gene. I think because of all the problems it's had, I think they forcefully have pushed it back so many times purposely to cause problems over there. And now we're back. I don't. Now we're back to having the defense team back, and hopefully, the idea was to bring them back and to have the trial within 70 days. Of course, prosecution is trying to fight them on other things now, so this is why it's taken so long. Gene, because there's always something going on. Prosecution is playing them against this and playing this against them and that against them and this and that. It's insane. They're trying. I have opinions on that. You know, I don't have proof, but you know, some of these trials, though, I'll be honest with you, some of these trials can take. I've seen trials take up to 5 years, you guys. So this isn't too bad, but there have been a lot of hurdles and a lot of roadblocks in this one. So just understand that. Wisdom Speaks, Miss Sherry, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're doing well. I think that too. I think they expected Richard Allen to plead. I agree with that one. There's so many problems with the, you know, prosecution, the judge. I mean, there's so much, guys. If you've tuned in to listen to me talk about any of it, you'll hear it. And that's true too. Salty just said that Richard Allen was only arrested a month before Brian Koberger. So I think it's kind of on track, actually, considering. I think we're just impatient and we want these things to happen. And I think that's why. I think that's why it's so aggravating for us. That's why people are so like overdone in the Idaho case too, because we want answers. There's Licity. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us. That's another point. Teresa said 27 days before the sheriff's election. Now, I believe in coincidence, but not in true crime. Not too often, I don't. So you think what you want. That's another thing too. Thank you, Salty. It took 5 years to get the arrest in Delphi. So that's another side of things too, guys. You know what I mean? So remember those little things. They do make sense and they mean things too. Hey, Tomboy, good to see you guys. We got 99 people in here now, 74 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get this out there. We need one more person to break that 100. And if we can get all the likes from you guys, we're going to hit that algorithm for sure. Boy, Hughes, good to see you. Mr. Hughes, Phillips says, the Idaho case hit me where I live because of having 3 beautiful young daughters. I couldn't imagine such a horror happening to them. I agree, sir. I have 7 children, aged from 17 to 30. And I felt that too. You know, I have some kids in that range there, and I felt that too. The basis of that just horrified me. It's horrible. So I get it. I do get it. Let's see here. Some trials take 45 years. That's true, Sherry. Thank you. Martin, it feels like who has the most case wins in court. I mean, in some senses, yeah, I can see that. Making sure I didn't miss anything here. Keely Anthony was, yes, another case for me, but I get into a lot of them. Vander Ark is another. Oh, I got you, Tina. I get it. I mean, that's why we're here, because we like that kind of, you know, we love this stuff. I understand that completely. Big Ohio Al, what's going on? Good to see ya. Appreciate you being here, brother. Very much. And that, you know, I agree with that, Teresa, and thank God that one second. One second, guys. I gotta pick something. Alrighty, sorry about that. Let's see here. Susie Smith, welcome. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Did we hit 100 likes? Damn. Almost. It's 99. Bam. There we go, guys. You guys rock and roll. I love it, love it, love it. Welcome, Miss Evie Marie. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you very much. Let's see here. Let me come up here. Welcome, Miss Cluminati and Mr. Cletus. How are you this evening?
Hi.
Hello. What's going on with you guys tonight?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Just hanging out with my peeps and talking. That's all. How'd your show go?
Oh, it was good. Talked about Audrey Cunningham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to bring that up a little bit tonight too.
So
No shenanigans. Welcome and thank you for that.
like this case, just somebody asked me if I like felt like she was still,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, it's crazy because like in other cases, like you can like feel it, right? Like it's like palpable. Like with Quentin Simon, you knew already.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, very much so.
This
That
one, I don't know. Like I don't.
I'm glad you guys said that, or you said that case, because somebody asked me about that, about if these cases bother me, and and that was the one that really did bug me bad. I mean, really bad. I cried at that one a few times, guys, because it really bugged me a lot. And
Yeah, you could
it,
tell. Like
it,
you already knew.
yeah, it hit home quick, and I knew immediately. I knew immediately, like she said, you just feel that sometimes with what we do, and I was like, damn, and I was so angry with the mother. I really was, and I can't show that to you guys all the time. I can't. We're human. We're human too. A lot of people don't get that. And when you have children of your own, and you get these feelings, and it's like, ugh, damn it. And I don't. With hers, I feel like I feel this is me that's maybe not 100% a possibility at this moment. Okay, maybe that there's still some hope, and I pray to God that there is with her. Randy Fur, welcome, my friend. We're still waiting on a trial date for Quentin Simon case. Isn't that crazy, Sherry? I mean, that's just crazy. That should have been cut and dry, bing bang boom, we're out. And that girl tried. Do you know she had tried, Leilani? She really tried to get out of jail.
Well, forget getting out of jail before the fact. She was just so like hell bent on making herself look. I'm not running. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. That don't mean you ain't guilty.
No, that made me sick. And then when her the one night, weekend, her and her mother decided they were going to go partying with their friends, and they go out drinking, and they're just having a good old time and eating dinner and hanging out with guys and doing stuff. And they're like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, when they went to the bar.
Yeah, your child is dead, and you're the one that they're looking at for it. Both of you, truthfully, in my opinion, because I felt that Billy Joe should have been charged just almost as much as Leilani should, because she was left in charge of that child, knowing that Leilani should not have had children in her care.
Yeah.
And she kind of went off for the weekend and left Leilani with the child. So, in my opinion, she should have been charged the same way.
100%.
Bullshit to me. I'm sorry. That's the stuff that makes me mad. That's the stuff that gets to me. That's the facts. Yeah, she kept asking for bail hearings. Are you kidding me? You don't get bail, child. I'm sorry. You don't get it. I'm sorry you don't. You don't deserve that. Andy Kane, welcome. Good to see you. Y'all think Brian and Enan Harsh played league together? Weird, they both moved there close to the same time. Enan works at a vegan restaurant. Brian's vegan. I don't know. Lots of speculations. Hello, and hello to you, sir. I don't know what league is, my friend, and I agree there are some interesting coincidences that go into play for those two. I think Enan inserting himself in the case alone was something that was suspicious, period. There's quite a few things about him that I've come to the realization of, even some as recent too. So, but
There you go.
it could just be that he's who he is. What's up?
League is a first person like role playing game.
Oh, okay. I have no. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know you play and you meet other people, right?
Is it like an online game you play?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on your Xbox.
Gotcha. Like World of Warcraft or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I had no idea what League was, but they could have. They could have. Brian comes off as one of those guys, and Ian definitely comes off as somebody that would be into that kind of stuff. That makes sense.
Well, Enon said he did that night.
Oh, okay. That is what that means. I thought that had something to do with like bowling or something. I don't know.
Well, when he says, I think at one point he says LOL, LOL, and it's LOL League of Legends. Right.
Gotcha. There you go. Bonnie Bailey, welcome, dear. Good to see you tonight. I agree, Teresa. I agree. He does pop up as a good suspect. I've been very suspicious of him on and off for a long time, to be honest with you. Leilani was a spoiled brat. 100%. 100%. Right down to the end. And yes, I agree with that as well. Neither one of them should have had custody of any children, and as far as I'm concerned. And I think Billy Joe lost custody of her children when she was younger, too. So why would the courts allow temporary custody of Leilani's kids to go into Billy Joe's hands, knowing what her past was? I just don't, that never sat right with me, ever. Ever. That's right. She don't deserve
What
it.
What did they arrest Billy Joe for?
Yeah, because they arrested her too. Remember?
I think she was arrested for some contempt for something. I think it was fines or something, maybe.
Oh.
It does. You're right. Victoria, Sarah Bear. Okay, I gotcha. Does anybody remember exactly? Sherry, do you remember that? Because Sherry was with me. We covered Leilani's case pretty harsh too. Do you remember exactly what it was that Leilani or Billy Joe was arrested for? Tell you one thing that I didn't agree with that whole thing either, though, is the way that certain creators acted about that showing up out there. That didn't help anything at all. If anything, that made a lot of us look bad. That's not how that should have been handled. Contempt of court. That's what I thought it was for something that she did. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that very much. Jody, good to see you. Thank you for being here. What did you say there, Mr. Andy? I'm trying to catch up on it. Or was that because of that comment? Oh, Big Ohio says, hey, always watch the channel Clue. As well, just jumped from yours to Dago's. Tell Cletus I said hi.
What?
That's Senny's husband, right? Big Ohio Al?
Oh, is he in here?
Yeah, he said to say hi to you.
Hi.
That is Cluminati and Cletus Randy that's on panel with us. Mr. Hughes said hello to you as well, Clue.
Mr. Who? I'm trying to read.
Philip Hughes. He said hello. Hiya, Clue.
Hi,
Oh,
Cindy.
thank you so very much, CR. God bless. Appreciate you so much. Wisdom, Miss Sherry says my cousin lives in Georgia and watches this case closely. Absolutely. Miss Sarah saying hello, Clue.
Hello, everybody.
Filling your face with crab legs. You didn't bring me none?
With what?
Crab legs.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, right?
Hey, what's a derp?
A what?
Derp?
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Say again?
DERP.
Oh. Where'd you see that at?
Someone said to call you that.
Yeah.
Mama Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her word for me. We used to say that when we were younger, like derp, like, duh. something like that.
I got you.
Oh, that means I'm a dork. That's all. When did she tell you to say that to me?
In her life a little while ago.
Sarah Bear said late. Thank you, Brandy. Late birthday dinner. Wait a minute. 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 Today's your birthday. There's Cindy. There she is. What's up, Cindy? Good to see you. Is today your birthday, Sarah? It is. You know what that means, folks. Thank you very much. Make sure you guys tell Miss Sarah Bear happy birthday. Hope you had a great day today, Sarah.
You want me to sing? I'm good at that.
I'm going to play this, but you can sing along with it if you'd like to.
No, that's okay.
I always play these. I like to split it up. All right, here we go. Hold on a minute, guys. Let's see how this works. Through. Hold on. That was not the one I clicked on. I don't know why that happened. I forgot who this band was. Sorry about that. I clicked on the one next to this and it popped up that way. Sorry about that. 1 second. Where the hell did it go? There it is. All right. Sorry. What the hell is stupid computer? Try this one out and see. It might be a little too much. I'm not sure what you're into, Sarah, but all right. Happy birthday, Miss Sarah Bear. Again, I hope you had a wonderful day today. And I hope it is the best day of the year for you. Absolute.
He's still there.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on a minute. My wife's iPhone is stuck. I'm trying to fix it for her. My apologies. It like got enlarged and stuck. I don't know. And I'm not an iPhone person, so I'm trying to fix it for her real fast. She's got to go to bed and uses that for her alarm. Anybody know anything about that? It like enlarged, like super huge, and then it got stuck. Hey, Polly Pepper, good to see you tonight. What is going on with this?
You're on the camera.
Yeah, it is. Anybody have any? That's what I'm trying to do is just restart it, but
That's what I would do.
that's what I'm trying to do. It's not doing that though. It's weird. Okay. This is your power button right here.
Yeah.
You have to like press the
I got it. All right, we're good. Sorry about that, folks. Bianca K, have not seen her in a couple of days. Doc Terry, welcome. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Did I miss anybody else in here? Again, Sarah, I hope you have a great day today, dear. If I'd have known about it earlier, well, you know. What does it feel like to be 21, Miss Sarah? Oh my God, that is hilarious. Remember the other night we were watching those songs and stuff like that, and that one popped up for the trivia, and it was Bop by Hanson.
yeah.
There's a thing on YouTube that says, if Korn wrote Bop by Hanson. Korn singing Bop, that would be hilarious. I'm sorry. Miss Carolyn Miller, welcome. Good to see you. Dago, I totally forgot to tell you, I ended up not having my son on the Friday the 13th. Had him on the 14th. Okay, well, that's good. Good. What about SG being an Odin member? SG as in Steve Gonsalves? No. No. I don't believe that, Randy, for a minute. Not for a minute. That's, in my opinion, ridiculous, but that's just my opinion. Just saying. That makes no sense to me. But that's me. Does anybody have any other questions like that you wanted to ask me personally about myself? Like I said, we can do a Q&A tonight, guys. KP, what's going on? I haven't even seen that, KP. I have no idea. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't see it, Teresa. I'm sorry. You know what? Actually, Sherry, I'm gonna be doing that. Something that's been a crazy situation popping up. I'll be talking about that here this week too. That's what I was gonna tell you guys. Thank you for reminding me. You asked my questions on Linda Lane. I think Linda Lane is important, minutely important in some senses because of the vehicles. But I personally, I do not think that the audio has anything to do with that situation, because I think everything we've heard from Linda Lane is all right there in that realm of area, that's vicinity by those apartments there. That's my opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. You know what I mean? And you don't have to agree with me. That's okay. It's not going to upset me. I get it. Everybody has their own opinions about things. That's just how I feel. End up being yes. We'll be talking. I am actually going to touch on that a little bit tonight too. The immigrant stuff, because it's crazy. I watched a story that blew my mind the other day. Joanne says, Dago, what case has made the biggest impact on you? Impact in what way? Now, the one I took the most personal that really affected me, like emotionally, I'm going to say, was probably the Summer Wells case. Now, impact wise, as far as like YouTube, it's got to be Idaho 4. I mean, there's no two ways about that, in my opinion. Can you or Clue sort the audio out from clicking and sounds like someone's eating? Can you hear that? Anything, Clue?
It sounds like what?
It sounds like someone's eating or clicking or eating or something. Like there's clicking noises going. It might be the background. My fireplace makes like crackling noises. Is that what you hear? Can you hear it, Clue?
I can't hear it, but it might be me.
Oh, okay.
I was typing on my phone, so.
Oh, I got you. I hear audio pop every so often. I turned the fire thing down, but let me see. What was the other question here? New York is getting. Oh yeah, somebody said something about me personally. Personal. The most disturbing case. That's a toss up because I think Quentin Simon was severely disturbing to me. The thought that a parent could do something like that to their own child, that they carried in a mother that carried that child in their womb for 9 months, gave birth to this child, and then just disregarded this child as nothing. Yeah, that one was very disturbing. Summer Wells was quite disturbing to me as well because, again, any case that involves a child really gets me like in the heart. So, considering the theories that are out there on that. Now, I will say the things I've seen that have happened in Delphi have been quite disturbing to me, along as far as legalities and stuff like that. And some of the stuff in the Idaho cases come up is really wild too. But I'm going to have to say that Quentin Simon and there was another one too that I covered that was kind of really wild. I can't think of it right now, but that way. And then personal, like I said, Summer Wells hit me pretty hard in the heart. And I put a lot of time into that and a lot of effort into that. So that one was pretty rough. And so was the Kylie Rodney case as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's horrifying to me. I'll never understand that mentally. I just can't. Never made sense to me. Filicide.
I think Simon was so bad just because Leilani was just
not a care in the world.
Yeah, like her and her mom, like it just, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that one. They sat out in the front yard.
Yeah, like
blasting music and trying to fight back with the people that were there, and I just like, no, come on, no.
And I do agree with the way, like, Bullhorn Betty and all them were down there just acting. It was just, oh my gosh, like
it was horrible. I agree, it was horrible. Like that's not what we're here for, guys. That was so ridiculous. Had no it didn't do anything for the case. They weren't doing anything.
No.
Nothing at all.
It's like, what do you think they're gonna? No, the police and investigators can't crack them. But you think they're gonna cave to a YouTuber?
Mm-hmm. I
They'll
agree.
sit down somewhere.
I do agree. Michael Vaughn, Huda, I got you on that one too. Michael Monkey Vaughn. I wasn't super invested in that. I wasn't able to get that much into it, but I did follow it, and it's very heartbreaking to me. Very much so. Um, hey, Sarge, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Dago, Miss Cluminati.
Kylie Rodney. Yeah, you're right, Sherry. That one did hit me really hard, you guys. Because I knew it still bothers me. I literally lost sleep over that one. I stayed up all night long trying to figure things out with that one. 24-hour like research things, it just because I knew in my heart of hearts that child did not die the way that they said. I still know that she didn't drown. I know she didn't drown. Okay. And something happened to her, and the way that her mother acted bothered me really bad. She seemed like she did not care. Okay. At all. It was just like she didn't want anybody doing this and people doing that. She didn't want this or that bugged me. Really, really bugged me.
It's like it's becoming like so common too, where like you just see parents almost disconnected from their children.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great way to put it too. It's sad. What happened?
Well, I mean,
What
we
happened
spend
to
more
people?
time on phones than we do like having a conversation with kids. You know what I mean?
No, I do, because in my opinion, cell phones and game systems have become the new parents. Okay, they raise kids now. The phones and the computers and the game systems are what's raising our children now, and it's really, really insane to me. I'm so invested. I was talking to somebody today about it. I mean, you guys saw it. Most of you that were in here when Peyton didn't come home from school and get off that bus at 2:56 like he does every day. I'm nervous immediately. I had to put you guys on hold for it to find where my son was, because that's how invested in my son's life I've been. Anything. And there's people out there that in normal circumstances, they'd have just whatever, go on with our day. I don't get that. My brain doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
It doesn't at all.
Mine's 18 and I still get myself out of bed in the morning to like make sure she gets on the bus.
Right.
God knows she's about to start driving and I'm going to lose my mind.
That's me. I'm scared to death. Caden's on the spectrum. He's, for autism. He's a little different, and he's 17 going on 18 in May, but his mentality is that of a 14 to 15-year-old. Okay. He's a smart kid, but he's just a little different, and I'm scared to death. It's just a few months. He'll be 18. And I've had to talk to him multiple times and explain to him, he's like, Dad, why can't I get my license now? And why can't I this and that? And I'm like, son, you're not like everybody else. You're special in some ways, and you're better than most other kids your age. I said, so I just want to take some extra time to get you into a better understanding of life and everything before we do that, because it's a very, very big responsibility to do stuff like that. And that's, and he understands. I said, everything that we do is because we love you and because we want nothing but the absolute best for you. And you're going to struggle in your life with a lot of things. I said, but we're going to do everything we can to make sure that struggle is as minimal as possible. And he understands. So, Tina says, what got me interested in true crime? So I've told this story a couple times. I've always been interested in this stuff, starting back when I was I think it started when I was about 9 or 10. I started off by reading Encyclopedia Brown mystery books. For anybody that remembers those, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew. I read all those books and was into those series constantly. What was the one movie I watched? And the book, I read the book first, and then the movie I watched it. Murder on the Orient Express captivated me like you wouldn't believe. And then for some reason I got involved. I read that book, and then all these other books came into my mind that people started bringing to me. And of course, Stephen King Some of the stuff with that, I was a huge fan of that. Even weird, like when I ran out of books to read, I started reading VC Andrews. So mystery's always been a thing for me. And then the crime kind of just fell into play with it. And then when I was 12, a very good friend of mine was murdered. And he was horribly assaulted. We were in scouts together, and we were all supposed to go to scouts, and he went by himself on a bike, rode through a path in the woods. It was raining, so on and so forth, so nobody else went. And two 18-year-old men caught him in the woods, and they assaulted him in multiple different ways, lit him on fire. They removed parts of his body and put them in other places, did other things to him with different things. So, and those one of those men got life in prison, the other one got the death penalty, and he's still alive. He's been on death row since 1986, living off of everybody else's dollar, appealing with his mental capacity, which is a joke to me. And that is what gave me the passion to go after that side of true crime. So and to be able to find justice for people that are involved in things like that. What did I think about the Gabby Petito case? That case has always bothered me, always, because I think it could have been avoided. I do believe that Brian Laundrie got off very easy on that and was a coward and took the easy way out. I think that was a very beautiful young woman that had her whole life ahead of her, and it was taken from her for no reason, none at all. But yeah, I feel like he got off very easy on that by, according to them, taking his own life. So that's actually what broke me out into doing this. I was doing that with notebooks and pens because I really didn't have much of a computer or anything. Thank you, Brandy. Let's see. Real experiences will drive you. Yes, absolutely, Victoria. Absolutely. I do agree with that one.
What got Clue into this?
Me?
Yeah, what got you into this?
I hate to say Idaho, but really probably Quentin Simon first, but then when the Idaho case was on TV, like I was just watching stuff and watching it and like trying to find videos on it. And I noticed literally that nobody was pointing out like this jacket that Maddie was wearing that was like 12 sizes too big. And I'm like, there's a lot of the details, right, that people just weren't hitting on. And finally, I just told fiance, I was like, I could do this. I'm like, I know how to make videos. I know how to make graphics and stuff. Like, I could totally do this. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I mean, he always supports everything I want to do. Like, I've had 25 businesses since we got together. This is the thing I've stuck with the longest, though. And I've always wanted to be a private investigator, so.
That's another side to it, too. I was actually, you guys, I was at one point was going to be a police officer like my father, my grandfather, and my uncle. And other things happened. And then I was supposed to go to art school as well. And then I had my first child, and just life got involved, and I just didn't do it. Something with my knee was bad. So the academy, I wasn't going to be good enough for that. Blah, 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 blah. So life takes over sometimes and makes things happen, you know. And going back to what you had said a while back, Clue, Salty said it's an epidemic at that point. I agree. I do agree. Or in an old, oh yeah, the gosh, Oren and what were their names? Those two little boys that were adopted, or they were foster kids, I believe. Do you know who I'm talking about, Clue? Oren and their last name was Olsen, wasn't it, Huda? Oren and something Olsen, I thought, or was that his name, Olsen? In California?
I'm trying to think. Do you remember?
I got no
And
idea.
the parents played the whole, boo-hoo, or my kids,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then it ended up being them. That one blew my mind too. Those two little guys were so cute, so sad. Just like Quentin Simon. I don't understand something. That's something that got me, you guys. It's like when I would see pictures of Quentin Simon, you see
Adorable.
that adorable little baby face. Like, how could anybody ever get so angry at a child like that, and like have any kind of inflict any kind of pain on him? I don't get that. I'll never understand that mentality.
Well, that's like when people try to get on me. Sometimes, like if I'm saying something about like the parent or whatever, like if something's happened, it's almost like, hey, don't act like that don't happen. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you
No,
said
you're right. I
it,
agree.
and just like Leilani, like she was on camera crying, just upset, talking about I hadn't gone nowhere. I'm
There were
sick
no
of
tears. There
rain.
were no tears, though. That's the thing. There was no actual tears. That crying stuff for her was so. Ugh.
But the grandma's doing now. The grandma's crying too. Like, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
don't act like there are not people out there that will sit there and just swear they're innocent. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it kind
Absolutely.
of amazing? So many of the people close to the victims are the ones that do it, parents and
A lot
friends.
of times, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's horrific.
That's one of the things I was saying is that parents that can have that feeling and to be able to do that blows my mind. Like my kids were just my life, my heart, especially this one, my youngest one. There was something different about him than all. I love all my kids, don't get me wrong, but this one, there was something special about him. There still is. He has every bit of my heart, and it just anything, even knowing that when he was been bullied in school, it makes me want to go after people. Like, I am so protective over him. It's insane. Um,
The natural instinct.
it is. It really is, and it's so much stronger with him. My other kids I was like that with too, but with him, it's just been like nonstop. I didn't let this kid go. This poor kid, like I wouldn't leave him. My wife was the same way. The first time me and her left him anywhere without us was he was like 3, and it was with her mother, and we were going out on a date because we hadn't been anywhere for 3 years. And we went to dinner, and in the middle of dinner, we were both like, we could both tell something was wrong. I'm like, "What's the matter with you?" She was like, "I miss Caden." I said, "Yes, so do I." She was like, "We were supposed to go to the movies after that," and I'm like, "You want to go pick him up?" She was like, "Uh-huh." We finished our dinner real quick and went back, and her mom was like, "What are you doing here?" She was like, "You still got, like, you're going to do the movie and stuff like that." And then he was going to spend the night there. We picked him up and took him home. It was just insane. And that was like that for a long time. I think we didn't start to like let go a little bit until he was like 10 or 11 years old. And even then we were nuts. Like, can I go spend the night at a friend's house? Like, we had to go do a background check on their parents. And I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but kind of not. We had to meet the parents and go to the house, and I'm standing in the house talking to the parents and looking around at their house and smelling their house, and it was insane, you guys.
It's not though. That's not because let me tell you, I can't tell you how many times somebody has come over here to see this little girl of mine, and the parents just drop them in the driveway. They
Mm-hmm.
never met us or nothing.
Yeah, no way.
No,
Like that
no,
aggravates me so much. It's almost like I don't know. I just in my head and they're girls, right? It's
yeah,
girls.
yeah. That's me. Like, he's had a couple girlfriends come over here, and we don't like any of them. Not yet. Not once have we liked one of his girlfriends because they're not good enough for him as far as we're concerned. Because he's the real deal. The kid has the biggest heart of any child of any of my kids. He's a very loving person, very outgoing. He's always wanted to be everybody's friend. He's been, mentally slapped in the face multiple times because he's been so outgoing and emotionally. And I just want to hurt people when I think they've hurt him. That's how strong that is with him. And it scares me sometimes because I'm afraid to death of this kid leaving home at a certain age. Scared to death of it. And I know I can't be with him his whole life. You know what I mean? And that's what bothers me. It's overwhelming at times. It really is.
I guess my hang up is it's like you don't know who's in this house. You know what I mean? I know we're not bad, but you don't know that. And then on top of that, it's like I look at these women when they do that, and I'm like, boy, you're raising a good future mom, aren't you? Like one day your kid is probably going to have children, and it's going to be the same cycle. I'll just drop you off at a random house.
Yeah, I've never understood that. Like the first girlfriend he had been talking to her over the phone for 6 months, I'm going to say. Okay. And he was like, hey, she wants to come over, so on and so forth. I'm like, oh, okay, she can come over here. You're not going anywhere, but she can come over here. And he was like, okay. So Saturday it was, she shows up. I was doing this. Okay. She shows up over here and he brings her back to introduce me. And I'm like, where's her parents at? And she's like, oh, they dropped me off. They don't know us. How do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know that you're going to drop this child up at a house of people you've never met before? They live 35 minutes away from here. We could be crazy. We could kidnap your child. You'll never see her again. I mean, I know you know where we live, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know. Like, I don't understand.
It's not even that you're going to kidnap the child. You just might be a degenerate household. There's
or anything like that. Anything like that at all. I had to spend anywhere he went with any of his friends. I had to spend it a good 35, 45 minutes in these people's home and around these people and see how they were and how they were living. And it was a little overwhelming at times. Like, am I really going overboard with this? Am I too much of a helicopter parent? All those things. And it's like, no, I don't care. I don't care. This is who I am. And I wasn't as bad. I kind of feel guilty. It wasn't as bad with my other kids, but they're not like Caden. They were a little more different, a little bit more self-sufficient, a little stronger in some ways. And I've always felt like I've had to protect him from just life in general and just people, you know what I mean? And I know that sounds wrong to some people, I'm sure, but
it's not wrong to me.
I don't care.
I wouldn't. My daughter went to my sister's, and her obviously I knew who they are. But then the first place that she went that wasn't a relative was my ex-business partner. His wife had 2 daughters and 2 sons. But before, I went over there with her and stayed for hours, many times before she was able to go over there without me. I wanted to just, not that they were going to be, I knew the partner, but I didn't know his wife or how the kids were. And so when I went, I'd hang out with him in the garage and work on the bike or something, but I'd be there. And I think that went on many times. And then finally, I dropped her off for a sleepover, but I think we hung out for a couple of months before she even was going to do that. I mean, but the mother was real nice. The girls would separate from the boys that were in their early teens or not quite teens. And that kind of worried me. When you got young boys in the house too,
I get it. I do.
Right. It was a well-run household. So
it seems to be something that's dying though, because one thing I found surprising was Christy Gonzalez saying that Maddie's mom had to come in the house, and remember she was just like, what? She wants to come in? And I'm like, I mean, yeah.
It's not a big deal to me. That's like, that's how this works. Like, who are you and what do you do for a living and how many kids do you have and how old are you? And without even asking, I should, but have you ever been in jail and what's your criminal background and this and that and everything. I mean, I've wanted to do that, and believe it or not, I have looked people up. I have. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care what people think of that because this is my heart. Okay, this is my child, and he's not able to, in my opinion, to be able to see things for what they really are in some senses. So if you can't, then I'm going to. Period. Until he
and
can.
oftentimes the child is the danger approaches from places that are just common. So you can't let your guard down just because it's
That's right.
That's the problem with parenting. Like my daughter, my ex gave her a phone at 7. I wouldn't let her have the phone at my house. There's no way.
Yeah, 7's too young, in my opinion.
Way too young. And
my
our
kids
argument
didn't
was,
get phones until they
what
were
if something happens
13.
and she needs to call me? I said, if something happens to a 7-year-old, they ain't gonna have the time to call you. They're 7 years old. And when should a 7-year-old be out of the eyesight of an adult?
That's me
when
too.
is a child never around an adult where they need their own personal phone?
Oh yeah, I agree. I do agree. There was no. My kids didn't get phones till they were 13, and that's all of them. Caden didn't get one. Well, he was 14, I think, but there was no reason for it. There's no reason for it. That's part of what, in my opinion, what ruins kids. Because once they get those phones, they don't ever put them down. And that's not cool. He's at that point, and he has been for a good 3 years now. Like, go outside, dude. You have a very expensive, because he loves basketball. We bought him the most expensive basketball hoop that we could find. He loves it, and
same thing with my daughter. Huh? Always in the pool or going out in their Barbie car, following with a bicycle.
We've made sure that our kids have always had these things to do outside, bikes and pools and basketball hoops. And we live in a country. You could walk and ride your bike wherever the hell you want to forever. Get the hell off the phone. It's insane. Or the video game thing has always been a problem in my house. And they didn't like it until they were like the other kids. They're gamers. Okay. Always have been. They weren't allowed to play on their game like hardcore like that till they were 16, 17 years old. And I still even set times. They used to get pissed at me because I'd go unplug the damn Wi-Fi and they would flip the hell out. I just lost everything. I said, I told you to get off. You got other things. And we've always been that family that, we sit down to dinner with all of everybody. Don't you dare bring your phone to the table because I'll throw it across the room. I don't care. We just don't do that. There's a time and a place for that. We don't do that. So
I wouldn't let my daughter go on the internet at all. And she played games. I would buy whatever game she wanted. I didn't, and I'd play against her. I had 2 computers networked.
Right.
But no, you can't go if there was a chat room available or you could communicate with the other players, you weren't allowed to go on there. That's where they groom. Right. That's where they try to those sickos go on there, those older men. The perverts go on those places. And so I was not letting my daughter go to any place where you could chat back and forth with another member.
Right. Caden wasn't allowed to get on the internet, period, until last year at 16. And I still watch and have certain things locked out for him. I still go through his phone on a regular basis to look at certain things and to see who he's talking to. When he gets on his game system and he's like online with it, talking to other people, I'm questioning who that is, who this is. I know just about everybody, I'm just that person. I've always been that way, even with my other kids.
Even in my house, I made sure every table had a round corner.
Yeah. We were
every one of my bottom cabinets were empty. You could go play in my bottom cabinets. There was nothing in there to hurt you.
Yep. We did. I was insane. When he was a baby, everything that had an edge on it, we went and bought swimming pool noodles. Anything that had an edge on it had one of those on the corner of it. That's just how it was with him. I was paranoid about him because he was so little.
Yeah. Not overbearing, like hovering over her every move, but I set the house up so that no matter what she did, there wouldn't be some stupid mistake like drinking bleach or getting it poured on you.
Exactly.
You slip and hit your head on the table, you're going to get a hit on. But like I said, I make sure everything, even my dinner table's round. Yep. The edges of the chair is round. I don't think
there's anything wrong with that. None at all. No.
She doesn't have any scars on her forehead. I don't know if you've seen people with check marks above their nose or on their forehead. There's a lot of kids that fell and hit their head on the corner of a table.
Yeah,
I grew
right,
up with a
right.
bunch of friends that had that little mark in their head. What's that scar? Oh, I hit my head on the table when I was like 4.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that when I grew up.
Right. Listen, I've checked baby monitors before to make sure that they haven't been hacked. Knowing too much can also,
Yeah.
yeah, yep. I know what you're talking about. I do know what you mean.
Dude, now they have those apps where your location, like Snapchat,
Mhm.
your location just shows to like everyone
Hell no.
exactly
No,
where you are.
No.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all, guys. I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Only monitor we had was when she was an infant. We had the heartbeat monitor that sat underneath the mattress, and it would if the child didn't move for a period of time or something, an alarm would go off. It never did. But like a room monitor where you could hear her, no, we weren't. I wasn't down with that. Of course, she's gonna cry when she's in bed. I taught her how to do burnouts with a Barbie car and do 360s with it. I used to stand in the driveway and I'd play policeman, and I'd try to stop her and she'd go around me or do a donut and go the other way. But sometimes I'd catch her, so I would put her. I'd open the gate, I'd swing it in towards the fence, and I'd tell her that was jail. I'd put her in jail for a couple of minutes. She'd be like, "Can I get out? You're gonna have to escape." She'd break out of jail, jump in her Barbie car, and go flying off.
Now she's had no speeding tickets, but has been arrested for evading the police
Yeah,
a dozen times.
no, that has not happened. To be honest with you, she's been driving for 5 years now, so no. That was awesome. I did a lot of foolish stuff, man. A lot of silly kid stuff because you got to do that when you got a kid. They're only they're only innocent once, and their heads are empty when they're brought into this world. The last thing you want to do is let other people fill that head up.
That's a good point, sir. Good point.
Right.
Teresa, yes, I did see those. Some of them I saw quite a while back, but
We spent all day looking at
yeah, we went through those today too. I'm not putting a whole lot of
YouTube channel, isn't it?
what's that?
When you go through them, it's like watching another YouTube channel, but you're reading it.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, a lot of the stuff I knew, and I wasn't really surprised about, and I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into that stuff, folks, because it doesn't really make much difference in the case. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, at least, it doesn't. That's my thought. My thoughts on that scenario are, as I've stated before, that I think that Steve Elvis's emotions have been up front, right in front of him since this happened, and I don't blame him for that. And I feel like, he's looking for every answer that he can find to what happened to his daughter, as I would be doing as well. I don't blame him for for doing what he, doing that. Maybe it wasn't the best thing in the world considering where we're at. But at the same time, if he was, it's just like anything, guys. If you don't get if you go to a doctor, okay, if you go to a doctor, you have a problem going on, you don't get the answer that you're happy with, you go to another doctor. People reach out to places in some senses to find answers to things they need because they need those answers. This man, any of these people, any of these parents, thank you, Brandy, they need answers to this, and I get it. So I have nothing.
If that case had been released, though, if it wasn't gagged, I think it would be a different person.
Oh yeah.
Right. If the situation these families have been put in, the sisters, the brothers, the mothers, the fathers, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, is just beyond our understanding, except for the few of us that have experienced it. And in today's world, with all this modern technology and communications and all this information going around, I can't even imagine how the other families have maintained such a silent, hide in the dark posture. I mean, maybe that's their natural reaction, but I'd be Steve is 10% of what I'd be. I wouldn't give a crap. I would dare you to lock me up. I would dare you to lock me up, and I'd release everything I knew that you told me was fact. That's
I've
what I
said
would
that
do.
from the beginning because that's my child, my right. Nobody has the right to tell me that I can't be that parent. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I would. You'd have to put me in jail to shut me up.
Carolyn, what's typing that word, hon? I know they have problems with it out here. I know you probably don't mean to do that. Just watch typing that word. I can't even say it because they have problems with it out here. For
We
some
live in
reason.
America and we're censored.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
awesome.
Does anyone think that Steve drove to the house? I mean, I would imagine that he did. As a parent, I would have. You know,
What
I don't.
now? What's
Does
the
anyone
question?
does anyone think Steve drove to the house when he first heard about the crime? I would have.
I mean, they said they didn't.
I don't know how true that is. I don't mean I
Was he
maybe
notified and then told by the
say,
police that they didn't come by until like 5 that night?
yeah, he
Was
did
he-
say that they was something about they had been drinking that day or something. I heard, and that's why they didn't go right away because they had known what it was. But I think they did go at some point. That's my thought, but I don't know.
I don't remember them saying they were drinking. I just remember them
Somebody
saying the
said that
cops
somewhere.
told them, "Don't. There's nothing you can do. We'll update you or whatever."
Right.
It's so
Right.
crazy. Like I can't even imagine
Mm-hmm.
hearing that. Like somebody calling me, like keep me from my vehicle is all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
I would have went like right away too. That's just me. I think a lot of parents probably would have.
Did the other parents?
I don't know. I have never heard anything.
Jeffrey did.
And that's what I mean. I think
Cardinal.
he gets judged for that, and I think it's an unfair judgment.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. I don't think
We
anybody has the
don't
right to
know.
judge him at any angle at this point, unless you've been through this. I don't think anybody has the right to judge any parent for going through that.
You know, you're going to bring your wife, your daughter, whoever's there with you. Do you need them in front of that house screaming and crying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when the cops told him wait, it probably took everything he had to wait.
Yes, very true.
Right.
Yep. And yes, I do agree with that too, Doc Terry. I agree. It's changed the world as a whole.
Yeah. We do live in. I remember asking a 97-year-old. I did work on his home, and he was a 97-year-old black pastor.
Hey,
And
Becky.
he actually had a license plate that said the Rev. And I asked him what was it like living 97 years? Because this is back in the 90s, so this guy was born during a time where black people were definitely not treated well.
Right.
And I never met a nicer, kinder, happier, non-judgmental person in my life. And he told me stuff, what he lived through and how he dealt with it and how it made him who he was. And I was just like blown away. But we also have, depending on your age, we've lived through a lot. Cell phones and then all the modern technology that came through. Everything that's expanded to the point that it has, right? Self-driving cars. It's kind of crazy when you look at it. Society has gone from the hippies to the 80s and then
0 to 50 in no time. Right. I agree. It's been fast too, you guys. If you think about before like the 60s, how slow things progressed in the world. And then once the 60s and 70s hit, it's like whoosh. And then the 80s or the 90s, everything just exploded from there on out. It was crazy.
Think about televisions, right? From what the 50s till I don't know, I guess early 2000s, the biggest advancement was color. It was all, tube televisions all that time, and then it went to flat screen, and it's just sort of
everything blew up, right?
But then you look at everything that's come around since the 90s, and how far it's come in 30 years in comparison.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right. Exactly.
I remember when they couldn't get a gig of storage or 1 gigabyte processors.
Yeah. Things are like I was just like my computer, for instance. I used to build computers, guys. I find pieces of things that people throw at the side of the road, and I could put back when we had like Windows 98 and whatever those were after that. Things were so easy. You could throw a couple sticks of RAM here and there, and the hard drive, boom, 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 boom. I could do that all the time, and I had no problems with that. This year, when I put this thing together, I had no idea what the hell I was doing, what a graphics card was for, this and that, and all this other stuff. I had no idea what any of this stuff was. I mean, these people in here can tell you the struggles I've had. just over the past 4 weeks.
Oh, we know.
It's been insane. And
we call you technological Ed.
I was going to ask you, when you built computers, did you have someone else plug in like the cord for you, or?
Oh my God!
I did do, but I did have people like Twizzle walked me through everything. We took a whole Saturday and put this together piece by piece once it all came in. He told me what to order when I ordered the stuff, and I'm telling you what, guys, I was like, "What the hell is this? What's that? I mean, I know what like RAM sticks were and all that kind of stuff, but I had no idea about all these other things, and I had no idea because the computer I had before this one was a 17-year-old like desktop from a school, like a learning computer that was kind of upgraded a little bit. My buddy did, and that's what I knew how to work that one a little bit in the inner workings of that one, but God, it's changed so much from that to this. It's crazy, but I'm learning little by little, thanks to these three up here and Mama Bear. Thank God she knows things. She's the one that helped me fix this. Welcome, JC. The other day, guys, I told you I'm so technologically out there and off that when I was having that crazy flickering on my screen, I thought it was my monitor. Then I thought it was my graphics card. I'm doing all this stuff, and all it was that I mixed up two cords. Seriously, I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. And then
it's kind of funny.
I had to upgrade to Windows 11, and it stopped the other problem I was having with all that knock on wood, the freezing and the crazy robotic sounding stuff. I upgraded to Windows 11 and it stopped. So, yeah, Twizzle Sticks. He was the one that helped me put this stuff together for sure.
Your internet's working way better.
Well, I made them come on and fix that too. I mean, it was an ongoing battle, and I do know about internet. That's one thing I know about. So Robert Bell, good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Again, JC, if you didn't hear me, thank you for joining us. Huda, it's great to have you here as well. Thank you all.
Huda still hasn't sent me the emails she's promised.
Sentinel?
Huda.
Is that Sentinel?
Huda of London.
Did I see a Sentinel in here? I did. Welcome, Sentinel. Thank you for joining us. Eric Pascal, thank you for being here. I did too. We had a Commodore 64 a long time ago. That was actually my mom and stepfather's. That wasn't mine, but I played a couple games on it. My first actual computer was what the hell was it? A Tandy something that was given. I bought it at a yard sale for $5.
A Tandy 2000.
Yeah, I think it was one of the ones they had it like they taught us with in school. They sold it at a yard sale. It had actual floppy disks, like the square plastic floppy things. And I used to play Frogger on it all the time. And it had that C prompt, DOS, and all that fun stuff on it, guys. That was the first computer I ever bought myself. I paid $5 for it at a yard sale. And I kept that thing for a while. I mean, the screen on it was green, folks. There was no real color to it, okay? But yeah. And then I started putting them together myself. I never bought one brand new until the late 90s. We went and bought laptops, my wife and I.
Oh, even the connection to the internet used to be that dial-up.
Oh my God, we've changed so much. That you remember how excited we used to get to load a picture? It would take 45 minutes to an hour, but we'd get excited over that.
Or download a song. And if someone picked up the phone, you got so
you were cut
mad.
off immediately. You'd be pissed off because it shut you down. That crazy noise.
Hey, I almost lost my childhood to a phone cord.
Wow.
My family would put those 25-foot extension cords on the phone and walk around.
Right? Yep.
You get clotheslined as you walk through the house. It was insane. If you're sitting in a chair, the next thing you know, there's a cord around your neck and someone's walking around tightening it. You're like,
oh yeah. Who'd have said so?
Prayed for mobile phones, man.
Well,
oh my God! Remember the cordless phones with the big square cordless phones with the antenna that came all the way up to here? And
yeah, that long silver antenna.
Yeah, you thought you were cool. You try to walk to the end of the driveway with it to see how far it would work.
Yep.
And then when call waiting came out, oh my God, that was like call me. And then you tell somebody else, call me while I'm on the phone with this one because I want to beep so I can, you know what I mean? I remember when that happened.
Think about just television and watching television.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, we had 3 channels, and to change the channel, you had to go outside to the other end of the house and turn the 20-foot stick.
You didn't have the electric powered one?
The antennas, yeah.
We had the powered one up on the roof.
TV and change the dial. We had 21, 27, and 33. Oh, we had channel 3 that was PBS. And then when we got, oh my God, it was like the most exciting day of my life. We got cable the first time. The cable box came with this little box about this big that had buttons on it. You push, they were like soft push, and a phone cord plugged into the end of that, and it plugged in. It had to stretch across the room to the back of the cable box to change your channels. And then we moved from that to the slide. I think it was A through Z for the cable channels. Oh my God, things are so crazy different now. I remember to this day.
I got no idea what he's talking about.
You don't remember those?
No.
That's how it started. I mean, I remember channel 2 was HBO, 5 was Cinemax, 24 was MTV. Of course, I remember that.
Don't say all the channels. Don't say all the channels. You know why? Memories like that are great for passwords because nobody will know ever. Like a phone number from when you were a child is a perfect password.
Yeah, that's true.
I just figured because if you're going to give off a string of numbers, believe me, that's a great password. But
yeah,
if you're not ever going to use it, then just say it.
Channel 24, I'll remember that for the rest of my life. That was great. When MTV played music.
Yeah, MTV revolutionized everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, like, especially what you're talking about, having it. Now I do remember my grandpa's house, like, MTV he didn't get a lot of channels, but when he did change the channel, like, he had this big, massive satellite, right?
Yeah. My aunt had one of those,
and it would turn, like, it would, like, you'd watch it move.
And they had a box in the house that would change it. You would turn a dial and the thing would turn slowly. Yeah.
We didn't get one of those till I was 17.
And that satellite stuff was like, wow, this is cool, you know?
I had that just network DirecTV. I used to hack it. I used to get it for free.
Oh, yeah, I did all that stuff. When I became an adult,
yeah,
my dad used to get he worked with some guy that would get the little silver tube filters you'd screw on the back of your TV to get free Cinemax and HBO. And then when we got older, I became an adult. I got the little black scrambler boxes about this big with the switch on the back. You'd flip that to get free pay-per-view. I mean, and now we have all this stuff at you know,
a lot of people don't know that. Like I thought, why you got a cable that comes to your house for a TV and a cable that comes to your house for internet, right? I always wondered why the internet wasn't actually pushing TV. And now that's very common today. You push all of these streaming services into your house. And you could credit that mostly to software writing. And the way they're able to compress files and write software in a way that allows this stuff to actually be processed and just delivered to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's so crazy how much things changed. It's insane.
Pretty awesome.
And it's like, even at this moment, you know, I have streaming services. I don't pay for cable anymore because I never did really. I would always go up the pole and turn it on myself till I get caught, and then it would shut off for a while, and then I'd do it again. I was criminal.
TV pirate Dago.
I never would ever pay for it because it was so expensive and it pissed me off. I knew how to do it. You know, I used to do it all the time, and it just was so. Why do you charge so much for this? It's insane. Originally
it was supposed to be commercial free TV.
Yeah,
that was the whole purpose of cable, was so that you didn't have commercials, and that didn't last.
Yeah, oh yeah, and now I have there's Twizzle right there. I have a streaming service right now that I pay $20 a month for, and I have everything you could ever imagine having. Everything.
What is it?
It's called STR TV. It's streamed out of Tennessee, and I have every cable channel, all like 5 HBOs, 5 Cinemaxes, 5 Showtimes, 5 or 6.
You got History Channel, Science Channel, and all that.
I have History, Science, Nat Geo, YouTube, USA, TBS, TNT. I have local channels in every state. Every local channel for every state from
And it's called
Alaska to whatever.
What's it called? What's it called?
STR TV. And
Can
it's
I just
$20.
say, like, the saddest thing about the kids today
Mm-hmm.
is that they'll never know the struggle of like trying to take a super sexy photo of yourself with a Polaroid camera.
You're right.
Those have actually come back out again, I guess. Polaroids. There's a new version.
Our daughter has one, but I'm just saying, like, the struggle was real. Most times you have to do it in a mirror.
Oh yeah,
to, like get that big flopping camera way off to the side, like, oh, terrible.
And then you take the picture and you're like,
it's terrible, and I'm out of film.
I don't like this one, and you throw it out and do another one. Yes.
Well, I like how they would come out of the bottom of the camera and sometimes flop around on the floor. The thing would go and it would fall. You'd be like, oh no.
That's it. There you go, waving that thing around. Like,
trying to hurry up and make it look, come to turn into a picture, and it's like, oh, that sucks. Take another one. Yeah. Yep. Things have changed a lot, you guys. So very much.
And I have like 15,000 photos in this phone. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really crazy.
We still have film from a what are those? The real slim, thin cameras that you would load. You open up the back and you load film into the back of it. God, the name I can't think.
Camera,
huh?
A Kodak Instamatic camera.
It wasn't instant though.
It was a cartridge. It was a yellow and black cartridge that would plug. That would just go into the.
Well, you had to take it and go get it developed.
Yes, Lord, yes.
35 millimeters. Thank you, Tomboy. We have a drawer. We call it our junk drawer in the kitchen that has a bunch of little bit everything in it, right? We still have undeveloped film rolls from like 10 years ago that we just never did anything with, and I don't even know why we still had a camera then. We had digital cameras too. Angel D, what's up? Good to see ya. I will check into let me know if you got Josie West. Good to see you. Throw glitter, all you guys. If you guys are interested in that service, I'm friends with the people that sell it and run it, so I'll see, because they only hold so many customers per the way she explained this to me, but they have multiple versions of this. Okay, so if you're interested, let me know, and I will. I can get it set up for you guys. You pay $20 a month. You pay it to them through Cash App, and we've had it for 2 years now. And every now and again, it may go out, but I know how to reset it, and it's no big deal. It's way better than cable ever has been, and you get a great picture on it. I have a.
I'm going to send you a message in Discord so you can send me that info.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same for me.
I'm telling you guys, there's nothing you can't watch. Oh, okay. And it's set up where you have like blocks. When you turn it on, you have local TV, then you have movies in the middle, and then you have series. And I'm telling you right now, like it comes out with pretty new movies when like they first drop. Within a couple weeks, maybe a month, sometimes they'll drop into there immediately. And the series thing, guys, I got Caden watching old stuff that he loves. Okay, Hogan's Heroes and like other stuff that you can find any series that you want on there. Anything. I can't even think, like the Greatest American Hero we found.
Well, does it have Paramount and Disney and things like
Paramount? That? You can get Paramount, Disney.
You got to add on to it though.
I don't think so.
I have Hulu right now, and I'm kind of tired of paying $83 a month.
You don't need Hulu with this. You just anything that's on Hulu, you go to the series thing. If you're watching the series per se, you just click in there, type it in, it pops up. Movie wise, same thing. $250 a month for Verizon TV and phone bill and router per. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell is the point in that? It doesn't make sense to me. And all you need is a Fire Stick or
That's a lot of money a month just for some dang on TV. I'll sit here and watch myself before I pay $100 a month.
100%. It doesn't make sense to me.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You send that stuff on Etsy or Amazon or
That's different. I'm getting something I can
Yeah.
hold.
And the worst part is I use it for background noise while I'm reading books.
Well, I will say with all of our subscriptions, we probably spend that easy.
Yeah.
So
I don't go that high with it. You don't need anything with that. You know, I have that, and I think I have another one. Cinema is another one, and it's just for movies, which it doesn't even work at the time anymore because they've already scrambled it multiple times. But besides, but I do have Paramount because of this and other things. I have Disney Plus because of my grandkids.
You add those on and pay for them.
I think Disney Plus we do. Yeah, we have to. But the same things that like Paramount has, you can find on this if
No,
you.
but see, I got to pay $83 plus all of that.
Yeah, see
So
now
if
that
I want, and Paramount's got and Disney, they got a couple of series. Like I want to see Halo.
Mm-hmm.
You can't watch it from Hulu. You got to be in Paramount. So I'd have to spend $6 a month for Paramount.
And that's my thing is Disney
so
Plus.
$83 a month doesn't cover all of everything available on Hulu.
No,
Paramount's not on Hulu, is it?
Oh. Paramount is not part of Hulu. Hulu's an independent provider.
Paramount's its own. And Paramount is hard to get things on the STR TV with. They have that one locked out pretty good, so I had to get it. Oh yeah, Eric, that's the other thing. You get the NFL network, the MLB network, the NBA network, the NCAA network. You get the hockey networks. You get all the sports networks you can think of. The NFL ticket, the NBA ticket, all of this stuff. It's all included. You also get free pay-per-view stuff too on there, to where you can watch like the wrestling things. You get it all. I can watch every local channel in Alaska that they have, all the way A through Z, whatever channels are. Like I can watch the news in Alabama or Connecticut if I want to. You know what I mean? So like
tune into Idaho and listen to their.
Oh, right. I've done that before. It's insane, guys. It's great.
Because it sounds like with that, even if I load it up with the other add-ons, it's still going to be as much or even way cheaper. One of the other.
No, Angel, it's not an infomercial.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Holly. I mean, somebody asked me. I'm just telling you guys, it's amazing. I've never been. I don't get any commissions out of it. I've never been so satisfied with a TV service in my life. And the what the hell was I gonna say? Okay, so like you know how some other streaming services, when you go in to find a movie on it that you want to watch, and it like buffers, and you got to go through and find the different stream to pull up the right video. You don't have to do that with this. It's there automatically. You just push play. It's called STR TV.
All right. Well, I sent you a message in Discord.
Yeah.
The Discord.
Check it out. And like I said, I'll get a hold of her and see how many spots they have open on this, because they can only hold so many, and then they move you to another one.
That's all right. You can move me all you want.
Why are you in an awkward position, Richard? And what's with all the periods after my name?
I don't know what you're talking about. The D.
All the pirate sites. Well, that's fine, Richard. This is all together in one. You don't have to go looking for this shit. It's right there. It's like having cable. You know what I mean?
I don't know why we're even talking about
TV. We don't watch nothing but YouTube.
You know what? I don't either, really. Sometimes we'll watch series or movies. Like I just watched the last episode, the finale of season 4 of The True Detective, which damn, great show. And I started another
I can't
show.
get that on mine. I have to pay for a different service to get that. I went to look for it. It's not on Hulu.
It's on this STR thing, because I thought I was gonna have to pay for
yeah, that's what I mean. There's things out there I'd like to see, but I have to keep adding on top of what I already have, and I feel like that's just stupid.
I mean, but what channel or like what network is that show on?
I think it's on Disney or it's on Paramount or something, where you have to actually buy their service to use whatever they've got. That's what happened with the streaming quite often. Just like it used to be with cable, where you had to pay extra for Max, HBO Plus.
Right. That show is on Max, and you'd have to pay, $12.99 a month or whatever for it, and I don't have to.
It even got to the point where if I wanted History Channel 2, I had to pay. The science, there's like several science channels, but to get more than the basic, you had to pay extra. It was like that with cable as well. I think my cable bill back when I had it was $125 plus. Then on top of that was the internet. So another 67 bucks a month for that. Yeah.
You pay. Yeah, I think you can watch it on your phones as well. You can have 2 TVs on one line, and then if you add more than that, then it's $25 a month. Okay, we have 3. So my friend was talking about I have Netflix and who. See, Netflix is a joke to me anymore. It's gotten way more expensive than what it's worth, and
they gave everybody the path to destroy them too. That's the
everything is foreign. Like all the stuff on there is foreign. You'll get a couple handfuls of movies and that's it.
Yeah, but if Netflix opened the door for all these other streamers to come out. You know what else I don't like about streaming is channel selection is a nightmare sometimes.
I'm surprised.
Menus and that on the at least on cable you could, like, I got a Roku box. There's not even a way to go back to the channel you just came from. What is that?
Like? I don't think it's like the Delphi case, Teresa. All 4 seasons are really, really good. Really good. I'm telling you. It had me locked down. Locked down. I just found another show today because I went after it ended. That's how I get. I'm like, oh my God, it's over. I can't handle this. So I went and looked up shows like True Detective, and I found one that's made by the same producers, and it's called what the hell is it called? Oh my God. Anyway, it's about a detective that works out of Pennsylvania. Her name is Mare. And it's the same basis. It's got 1 season out. So we'll probably burn through that and then be looking for something else.
Yeah, I did watch The Good Doctor. I do binge a little bit in the winter because I take winters off. So I do binge watch a show or 2. That's how I watch My Name is Earl.
Yes, Casey, she is. Jodie Foster's in the 4th season of that True Detective, and I'm telling you what, guys, damn. Like, she put on a hell of a performance for that. She was really good. Oh, yeah, I was addicted to Sons of Anarchy, too. Big time. That was one of my favorite shows ever. Mayor, yes, that's it right there, Richard. Mayor of East something. East whatever, but it's a great show as well. First episode I got locked on it already. Binge watching Blacklist. Yeah, I did that already too. I was huge fan. I could still probably watch the whole season again, or the whole everything on it. Was the X-Files. I loved it. They need to come out with something like that.
Too, a couple of seasons ago.
Loved it. I found something on YouTube, you guys.
You have to speak up.
Huh?
What?
I tell you a good show that we watched not too long ago. There's only 1 season of it, as far as I know. Old Man with Jeff Bridges.
I never heard of that.
Me either.
Look, yeah, look it up. It's a really, really good show. I can't really tell you anything about it because any little inkling will ruin the first episode. But it's a really good show.
Yeah, I'll have to check it. In fact, I'm writing it down. I'm a stickler about these series, especially if they're crime and stuff like that. I love them. Bones is my wife's favorite show, Felicity. And I tried not to watch it purposely, and a couple weeks ago she was watching it, like binging it one day. I think it was on a Sunday. I watched 2 episodes and got stuck on it. It's a great show. The Wire, I've heard, is good as well. The Girl from Plainville, never heard of that one. Reacher, oh my God, dude, Reacher is great. That is a great show. I think
What's it about?
It's about this guy that was in the military and worked the he's very, very eccentric. Big dude too. He's like monster. Aiden got me on that actually. And he is they call it some unit they had in the military, the army. I think it was the army. It's not like special something unit it was called. Anyway, and the first season is all about him coming to this place. What the hell was that? It's driving me nuts now. Anyway, and it like every episode is him solving this issue. And then the second one is the second season is about him and his unit having something going on within his unit. And it was amazing. Absolutely. I didn't think I'd want to watch it. It was stupid amazing. It was really good.
When here's a question. It's a trivia question, kind of. How many SEAL teams are there?
I have no idea.
6.
No, there's more than 6.
No, there's 3. See, the funny thing is about SEAL Team 6 is that name was given to it when there was only one other SEAL team. But they wanted our enemies to think we had more, so they called it SEAL Team 6.
Well, I got people
that name came about as a way to trick people. I mean, sometimes they do something right and they do something smart, and that you wouldn't even give it a second thought. You would think when they gave it a name, SEAL Team 6, there were 5 other ones. There wasn't.
See, I thought there was like 8 or 10 of them. So
yeah, you get the idea. There's a whole bunch of them, but no.
I loved House too. House was a good one.
I never watched House.
That was great.
Yeah, I like that show.
That guy.
Really.
He reminded me of a doctor version of MacGyver. I'm telling you.
I did watch that Good Doctor. I like that. You would like that too, there, Dago, I think.
Oh, I watched the other show he was in. The guy that plays the Good Doctor. He played in.
Did he play someone with autism? In the
Bates Motel. No, it wasn't autism.
No, that's why you would like this. You would appreciate it for what it is, I think. Like I appreciated it because I can relate to some of the struggles he has.
Yeah, I've seen the previews in like different scenarios and stuff like on that, and I probably would like it.
You definitely would like it, man, because it's definitely inspiring.
Because of Caden, right?
Yeah, even if you don't, but just having a guy with autism that does what he does, and the way you could see, they show a growth, where he actually first kisses a girl, and a lot of different things that are awkward for him, but shouldn't be denied him because he's got autism. So quite intriguing to watch it happen,
Yeah, it makes sense. The guy that plays him played Norman Bates in Bates Motel when he was a kid. That was a good series to me too. I loved it.
I don't know the guy. I don't care who.
That's how I knew who he was.
He does a very good job, though.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
he's a very good actor.
I don't know his name.
Law and Orders. Yes, we watched all the Law and Orders. Special Victims Unit was my favorite one. We watched the hell out of that. We used to DVR that back in the day. And then we'd watch them at the end of the week. ER, I watched that too. Scrubs, I used to love that show because it was hilarious.
Did you ever watch MacGyver?
100% loved it.
Yeah.
That's why I said MacGyver, like House reminds me of like a medical version of MacGyver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could give MacGyver a paperclip, a piece of gun, and he could a piece of gum, and he could build a house with it. I never was a big fan of Columbo. I used to like back in the day, In the Heat of the Night.
Oh, yes.
That show, I loved it.
Did you like that one where Captain Kirk was a detective? What was the name of that one? I couldn't stand any acting he did.
TJ Hooker.
Yeah, I am TJ Hooker.
I never.
Yeah, I couldn't take Captain Kirk. He was such a drama queen.
Yeah, I never cared.
Even in Star Trek, I love the show Star Trek, but I couldn't stand Kirk.
Yeah, you cannot do that.
Yeah, there you go.
I just never understood like why he would talk the way he did. He was very well. No, it reminds me of
Stage drama.
CSI. What the hell was Horatio, the blonde, the redheaded dude? David, I can't think of his name, but that guy was like that too. Like you'd be watching the show and all into it, and all of a sudden, poof, there he is. And he'd do that whole thing with his glasses, and he'd take them off, and he kind of pulled a Kirk. I swear to God, like you don't understand what's going on.
Kirk, that to me was stage acting. That's where I believe he learned how to act.
I agree. I agree.
And you over dramatize your acts because you're playing to a live audience.
Yes, very much so. Carol O'Connor was amazing, Josie. I loved In the Heat of the Night. The other guy too. Well, his son played on that show too. He ended up dying. He was a really bad drug addict. The one Lonnie, the one officer, that was his biological son. He ended up passing away from a drug overdose. That was a great show though. Loved it. I even like Murder, She Wrote, you guys. I still watch episodes of that. I don't know what it is. I like it. Star Trek. I can't stand Star Trek. I can't. I just never could get into Star Trek. It used to drive me nuts.
I like the technology. That's what always the ship.
It was interesting, yes. So like, you'd see Kirk nuzzling up to a blue woman. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the drama, but I did like the technology and the ship and the moving across the galaxy. And
oh my God, St. Elsewhere. I remember that. Magnum PI, I was forced to watch because my mother was in love with Tom Selleck. And now it's funny because she's 72 years old. She's always been in love with Tom Selleck. And instead of watching Magnum now, she watches Blue Bloods. That's her thing now because he's on that too. So MASH, we watched MASH because that was my dad's show. Murder, She Wrote, still awesome. I don't care what anybody says. David Caruso, thank you, Robert. Yeah, that guy, he was a trip. NCIS, I love that show. Mark Herman, and then there was I watched all those. Law and Order, NCIS, and there's another one that was my absolute favorite. There was a group of them.
Criminal Minds.
Yes, there you go. Aaron, whatever his name, was the leader of that one. I loved that show. Seriously loved it. Yep, Criminal Minds. Remington Steele. Oh my God, I remember that. Remember what were the two women cops? Cagney and Lacey, I think that was called.
Yeah.
My aunt used to like that one. I watched that one for a while.
Cagney.
Yeah, Cagney and Lacey. Nash Bridges. I never got into that. I'm not a big fan of, well, when I was younger, I was a huge fan of Miami Vice, but Nash Bridges I never got much into. There was another show I keep trying to think of, and it keeps slipping my mind that I absolutely loved it. Okay. Clue? Boing. And then, of course, a few British shows that are, was it BBS or no? What the hell?
BBC.
BBC, sorry. Mrs. Brown's Boys. I love that show. That one is hilarious. I mean, hilarious. There's a couple more shows that are like British television that we've watched over the years that I think are hilarious. Twin Peaks. That was another one. The original one, not the second one. The original one was an absolute favorite of mine. I loved it. I said that the Idaho case reminds me of that TV series. It was crazy. That's it. Are You Being Served? Yes, we've watched that one.
Oh, I love that show.
That one, my wife loves it. And there's another one that it's a comedy, and it involves like aliens.
I literally have Are You Being Served like box set.
Mm-hmm. Midsummer Murders. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I clicked myself off.
There it is, Rich. That's how I was trying to think. Hill Street Blues. I was just watching that 2 weeks ago. I love that show. Never liked Kojak or Columbo. Sorry. Simon and Simon was good. Heart to Heart.
I like Barnaby Jones. The guy could be pointing at himself, and when he pulled the trigger, it would hit the guy he was not pointing at.
Yeah. Heart to Heart, I watched with my aunt. She loved that one. And the Rockford Files, my grandmother loved that, and I watched that. Jim Rockford, that was a good one too. Remington Steele wasn't bad. What was that? Of course, Knight Rider. I was a huge fan of Knight Rider. And then the Greatest American
HR Puffin stuff ruled.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Oh wow, jeez, that's a flashback. That and the Banana Splits. That was another one.
Yeah. Old bastards.
Yeah, Firefly.
Yeah,
Columbo. Are You Being Served is hilarious. I'm sorry, but it is. It's great. Hyacinth. There's another show that I found that
Dukes of Hazzard.
That was a given. I mean, come on.
Man.
Yeah, that was a given. I never got into Perry Mason. I don't know why. I should have because it was Mr. Bean. Of course, Mr. Bean's awesome. You got that one.
Perry Mason, wasn't he in a wheelchair?
Uh-uh.
There was a show with him in a wheelchair, the same guy.
Was he in a wheelchair? I don't think he was.
He played a lawyer that was in a wheelchair.
I don't remember. I never watched it. So maybe not. Chicago Fire. Fraggle Rock is one of my wife's favorite shows. Still to this day, she loves it. I bought her the
Ironside was it? Ironside, that was the name of the show.
I don't remember that.
In a wheelchair. Yeah.
There's one out now my mom's trying to get me into that I have not been able
to. What about
to.
Quincy?
It was okay. It was all right. It wasn't too bad.
What about what? What was
Quincy? Quincy. It was a doctor show.
Oh,
he was a coroner. Medical examiner.
Yeah, he was a coroner. BJ and the Bear. I remember that.
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr was Perry Mason.
Ironside.
He played Ironside too.
Yeah.
Matlock. That was another one. Matlock, Andy Griffith.
I still say Columbo was good, man. Columbo acted awesome when it came to the way he would catch people.
What did you say?
That is not the same person.
Who?
Matlock and Andy Griffith.
Yes, it is.
Yes, they are. That's the same exact person.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why not?
My mom has been trying to convince me of this for years. It won't happen.
That's who it is. It's Andy Griffith. That's his real name.
It isn't. How could you say it's not?
I just said
Google it. Google it. Matlock is Andy Griffith. He's the star.
Google is not always right.
Okay, and we watched it with our own eyes, so we don't know what we're talking
about. She doesn't
about.
want to be. She just can't be wrong.
Yeah, that's
Andy Griffith is Matlock, older with white hair.
That is so not true. I'm just gonna say right now, in my defense, that is so. You guys tell me all day on the telephone I'm wrong, so don't tell me I can't be wrong.
Well, you can be wrong, but you just won't admit it. That's all Jago was saying. So, Matlock and Andy Griffith are the same person. Right? Same guy. He also played in that one crazy movie. Was it the Aliens Attack Earth or something?
The Final Battle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that was a favorite of mine too.
Why I always liked the guy is he dragged everybody that worked with him into any project he was doing.
Who is this right here, Clue?
I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
You know we watch you on the TV. That's Andy Griffith.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, you got your eyes work. Show her the next one there with the go ahead. Hold tight, Clue.
Hold on.
Hold on to your dreams because we're gonna shatter them.
Oh, wait a minute.
What the hell was that? I don't know what the hell that was. Oh.
Okay. Now tell me who this is when it comes up on your TV.
That's that Matlock person, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Who is it though?
Matlock.
Who's the actor that plays Matlock?
Matlock.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. You know it. It's him. He's got the very distinguished face, eyes, nose, everything.
Cletus?
Same guy.
Cletus?
Yes, sir.
The wedding's off. How could you defame
Richard, you don't think that's the same guy? Richard? Oh, for God's sakes. It's the same guy.
Richard agrees with her?
Yes.
Blocked.
Yeah. That is who that is. Period.
That's what I said. Richard, they are not the same person. They don't look anything alike.
People get old.
Get your helmets off. Get your tongue off the window and look at the screen.
Get my tongue off the window. What's wrong with you?
Riding that short bus.
What am I looking at? Hold on.
I'm looking for it too. Oh, I see it.
Matlock TV series is an American mystery legal drama television series created by Dean Hargrove, starring Andy Griffith in the title role of a criminal defense attorney. Matlock.
Mm-hmm.
I'll post that in the chat for those that are confused. Richard?
Riverdale. My son likes Riverdale. Oh, there's another one that I shockingly loved. My wife watched. It was about a bunch of women. Oh my God.
The Golden Girls.
No.
Oh yes, I love that.
Shit was funny, man.
No, it's a newer show, newer generational show. It was a mystery about one of the girls that was killed, and they were trying to figure out who did it. And it was
Love Boat sucked.
Fantasy. About Fantasy Island.
Oh yeah, with the
plane.
yeah.
Hey, you could play that part.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, Eric. Pretty Little Liars. I'm telling you what, you guys.
Charlie's Angels was the best.
I would have never purposely watched this show, Pretty Little Liars, and my wife was watching it. And I sat down one day and started watching it with her, and I was like, oh shit. I got locked in.
I heard that was really good.
It was real good. And that show, and I watched this other one at the same time. Is it 13 Reasons Why?
Oh yeah, it's like it starts on there's like a tape or something.
Yeah, there's this one girl unalived herself, and this set of tapes came out, and it's told all the reason. I mean, my God, these shows were great.
You remember Three's Company? You know what? You know what happened to that real pretty blonde?
Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne, you know what happened to her? They took her off the show because she demanded she be paid as much as the men.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they threw her off the show and replaced her, and then that show eventually faded out.
They brought that Chrissy, or not Chrissy, but that other woman on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. It was crazy at the time. She just all of a sudden they replaced her.
13 Reasons Why I was off the roll, and of course I love. What's the one with the Hellfire Club? What the hell is that show called?
Stranger Things.
Yes, that one. I love it. Love it. And the new version of the Karate Kid series, that one turned out to be great too. I liked it. That's me. Laverne and Shirley, that was a good show. Happy Days. I loved Happy Days. I just went back last year and watched all the seasons of Happy Days again because I was bored.
The A-Team.
The A-Team. Oh, of course, that's a given. Fall Guy. Remember the Fall Guy with Lee Majors? And then I was just watching. I showed Caden about 2 months ago. the $6 Million Man. I showed him the episodes of that. He loved it.
Little House on the Prairie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't watch that. I didn't like it.
Or Ingalls, the Waltons.
I did like Bonanza though. Bonanza was cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Gunsmoke.
forced to watch really good, wholesome stuff when I was young, so I couldn't watch
Sopranos.
The Simpsons. I couldn't watch Beavis and Butthead.
You
The
turned
Simpsons.
into him though, didn't you?
The
What?
Sopranos was another favorite of mine, Eric. I love The Sopranos.
I couldn't stand that show.
I hated the way it ended, though. I was pissed about that. All right, Brandy dear, thank you, hon. I'll see you tomorrow.
So, well, okay. I think we've covered all the TV shows that haven't been seen in the last 50 freaking years.
Yeah, Little House was
We go
based
from here.
off of Laura Ingalls' diary writings. That was all real stuff.
What'd you end up having for dinner, Dago?
My mother-in-law made cabbage and noodles.
Oh. What'd you two eat, Cletus and Clayhead?
I never liked that show.
Clayhead?
I don't know. It slipped out that way. I didn't mean it.
I could never get into the Game of Thrones. Dexter's good, but not Game of Thrones. I couldn't get into it. Psych.
People used to tell me all the time I would love Game of Thrones if I watched it. I never have.
I can't get into it. Just like I could never get into Breaking Bad. I've not been able to watch that yet.
I never watched that Wizard movie either.
Oh,
There was
you're
that guy
crazy.
with the wands.
What?
Uh-oh. I never watched that Wizard with the wands where they would go. The kids.
Harry Potter? Those were
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch them at all. I watched a couple of them with my daughter back then in the day, but I didn't really get into it.
I'm going to tell you a show I really liked too was Black Sails.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it was good. They were pirates.
Chicken and sausage gumbo. What'd you eat for dinner?
Pizza.
What do you guys get on your pizza?
Whatever Red Baron puts on it.
For real?
Oh, I swear to God, they make the best frozen pizzas.
Yes. And I like the thin crust, right? Because you cut out your bread. That
Right.
thin crust pepperoni is like the only pizza I'll eat.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had it.
Oh. I just lost my train of thought. Damn it.
What happened? Did
Imagine.
you drop your internet or something, Dago?
No. I just paused it for a second to ask my mother-in-law a question. You reminded me of something. Oh my God, I had a thought going and I lost it.
Don't make it a mother-in-law joke. She's right behind you.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else completely different.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Oh, The Wonder Years. When I was a kid, that was one of my favorite shows of all time. The Wonder Years. I loved it.
I didn't like that one a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
It was awesome. Winnie Cooper. I had a big old crush on her when I was 10 years old.
Richard, pick away, Richard. He wants to pick people's brains.
Richard. What?
The Richard.
Psych. Yes.
The-
Oh, and what's the other one with it was another detective type show. He was very, very autistic. What the hell was his name? I loved that show. His first name was Adrian. What the hell was the guy's name? The show was called what his last name was. Monk. Thank you, Listening. That was great. I loved it. I don't know why they take these shows off the air. I mean, I know they run for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like The Walking Dead. Like,
That needs to
I used to
go.
like that show,
How many-
Martin. That show,
like
Martin.
how many
rocked it.
scenarios can you come up with? Oh, look.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's time. Get rid of it.
What about Martin and In Living Color? Those
In
two-
Living Color was a good one.
I loved In Living Color. They made fun of everybody. It didn't matter. Tall, short, fat, pretty, ugly, black, white. It didn't matter. These people
And
were
that's when
blowing
Jim
everybody
Carrey
up.
That's when Jim Carrey was still normal before he cracked.
You know, a lot of these actors.
Now we do something.
I think every single Wayans brother that ever got into movies came from that show too.
They did. Even back in the day when the TV show was on, I think it was Sean Wayans. He didn't act. He just was the DJ. And then down the road, he started acting in movies with the other ones. And what's the older Keenan Ivory? He was in I'm gonna get you, sucker. I think it was yeah.
Married with Children is really one of the beginning series. Well, not quite the beginning, but I think Archie Bunker was the beginning series of where they started attacking men.
And I'm with Finney. Our crush, well, my crush was Doogie Howser.
That was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Good show.
How about Raymond?
Yeah, that was okay.
What, Everybody Loves Raymond? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good show. I like the tall dude, the brother.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. What was the show with that big dude and he had a real pretty wife? And he was a truck driver or delivery driver?
Oh, King of Queens.
Oh, yeah. That was a good show.
Kevin James. That was a great one, too.
Yeah, that was a good show, man.
I used to like Home Improvement.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody loved that show, man.
That was
Every girl had like a JTT poster.
I've got a stockade fence, and I actually got a little thing that I built just to give me a couple inches so I can look over the fence and talk to the neighbor where you only see my forehead and my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that. It's been years. I'm waiting for them to notice. That's how I talk to them. They've never said nothing. It's like,
did you make sure that your neighbor's name was Wilson?
Well, no.
He would be Wilson.
That was a trip.
Do you wear the bucket hat?
Whatever I got on, I don't mind.
Fishing hat, yeah. That was my dad's show. Like we had to and on Sundays, I don't care what was going on, my dad had to watch the original This Old House with Bob Vila every Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't like that show. Yeah, I'm in the trade. Some of the things that he put on there, I'm thinking, yeah, go right ahead, do that to your house, not mine.
Anybody ever watch 6 Feet Under?
No, but we all will one day.
That was a good one. And what was the one with it was an old back in the day Western type show.
Gunsmoke?
No, it was a newer one on HBO. It was this HBO special, and the lead character's name was Swearingen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Swearingen, and the dude would swear his ass off.
I have like an hour time limit on StreamYard every time.
Really?
Then it's like, no, shut up, girl.
What the hell was that show called?
But I was just telling Felicity, Weeds, great show.
I never watched that. Everybody told me about that one. I never got a chance to watch
Dallas?
Huh?
Who shot JR? I never got into that. My grandmother watched it. How about the one? What the hell was the one with Robert Wagner? Wild Wild West. They lived in the boxcar. It was their little hideout thing. He always wore a blue like suit type thing with his cowboy hat. What the hell was it called? Wild West. Maybe it was just Wild West.
Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, we love that.
Heart to Heart. Not Westworld. No, Bonnie. This was way back in the 80s. Robert Wagner. I swear that was his name. Robert Conrad. Thank you, Josie. What was it called? Wild West?
Felicity is now on
Wild West. That was right. Thank you, Richard.
I'm gonna have that stupid song in my head.
What?
That song from Weeds. Little boxes on a hillside. Little boxes made to take. It's gonna be in my head.
Which one of those two was the one that supposedly killed their wife? Robert Conrad or Wagner? Mia.
I think it was Conrad out on a boat.
I think so.
My mother-in-law just said Wagner. They threw her out in the water over the boat or something.
He never got convicted of any crime, though.
Natalie Wood, that's right. Yeah, he never got convicted of it, but I'm pretty sure the dude did it.
How about that one guy there from what was that cop? The Beretta. Remember that show?
That was a little before my time.
He shot his wife. I wonder if he ever got convicted.
Who's the same age?
Them two.
Oh.
What?
Aren't y'all the same age?
Close.
I'm 49.
You're lying.
Everybody knows you're older than me, Pops.
I am older. I don't argue that.
I was born in 1974.
Uh-huh.
Good night.
Good night,
child.
She'll be 40 pretty soon.
I know. She ain't that much younger. Robert Blake. Beretta was Robert Blake. That's right.
Yep. But he shot his wife coming out of a restaurant or something. Did he ever go to jail for that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. If I remember.
She'll be 40 pretty soon.
Doogie Howser.
Still looks like
Oh, my mother-in-law said she thinks he did go to jail for that.
Did he?
Firefly says no. Natalie Wood was drunk and fell overboard. That's what they say. I don't know. I wasn't around at that time, but that's I watched.
He was acquitted. He was
documentary
acquitted of killing his wife.
and there was a couple other famous actors out there with them.
Wait, Robert Blake. Someone said you said that he was in jail. To let your mother-in-law know he was acquitted.
Okay, he was acquitted, I guess. Robert Blake was. Okay.
I'm just gonna say I've never felt old ever until our kids started saying back in the 1900s.
Right.
O.J. Simpson, you know what he did.
Of course. No, so everybody believes it was his son that did it.
He died in March 9th, 2023. Robert Blake, Beretta star, acquitted in wife's murder, dies at 89 years old. He died March 9th, 2023.
So who was it that was married to Natalie Wood then? Robert Wagner?
Him and someone else always had him tattered between them, and they were both on the boat the night that she died.
There was another actor that was out there with
Another
them.
famous actor. He was an up and coming actor.
Not Defoe. Christopher Walken.
No.
I think it was Christopher Walken. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
It was Christopher Walken too.
Okay, she's in London and knows more about our TV than we do.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea who these people are you're talking about.
Christopher Walken.
You don't know who Christopher Walken? We need more cowbell on Saturday Night Live.
Well,
No.
Yeah, he was in
Remember the show Hee Haw?
yes.
Yeah, of course. Minnie Pearl and Roy Clark and all them.
I like that old man on the bench kept getting whacked by that lady with the purse. Remember that?
Yep.
Who was that actor? He was funny as hell. Carol Burnett. It was
Oh
him.
my God, the Carol Burnett show and Tim Conway, Harvey Korman.
Tim Conway was funny.
I'm still a huge fan, by the way. I even got Caden into Jerry Lewis. I'm a huge fan of Jerry Lewis. Always have been.
I never really cared for him.
What the
I stayed up for those marathons when I was a kid. The telethon
yeah.
for muscular dystrophy.
No, I have no clue about
You don't know who Jerry Lewis is? Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis?
a singer?
Well, he did both. He was both, but he was an actor too. Benny Hill. Yes, I used to sneak and watch the Benny Hill shows, Denny.
What was the name of the garage where it was a white guy and a Puerto Rican? Back during the day of Sanford and Son.
Taxi?
No Taxi. It wasn't Taxi. It was a show. Now it's going to bother me all night till I remember it, man.
A garage with a white guy and a Puerto
Rican. Guy
Rican.
with a car, Chico and the Man. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
How about Dynamite?
Yeah. Good times.
Oh, yeah.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. It's all skin.
Jefferson's, All in the Family. Yeah, all of them shows were the facts of life.
Jefferson's was funny.
BJ and the Bear.
Oh, yeah. I love George.
Chico and the Man. Freddie Prinze. Yeah, he did.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who it was.
227. Do you remember that one?
Oh my God, yes.
Your buddy Richard wants to come up.
Florence.
227.
Does he?
You need to watch.
Yeah, he said, "Can I come on, Sergeant?" I can't give you permission. I don't have a.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry.
Yeah,
hold on a minute.
Just saying. Oh God, I'm only gonna be here for a little bit longer.
Let's see. How long are we in here? Okay, we got a little bit longer, I guess.
Little
Mittens for Kittens. Eric
White Shadow. I never. Oh, Dark Shadows. How about that show? Anybody remember the old version of that?
What?
Dark Shadows. There was a TV series out back in the day before they came out with the Johnny Depp movie.
Weaves.
The Brady Bunch. I love that show.
How about Grape Ape?
Biggly, biggly. Biggly, biggly.
That's
Yep.
dumb, isn't it?
I don't
That was
know.
a
Who was that guy that was a ghost?
That's what somebody called me.
Space Ghost.
Gave it to
With
me.
Frankenstein Jr.
I think
remember
this
those
stuff is too
cartoons.
old for me.
Those cartoons were great. Those were real. What kind of cartoons did you have besides Grape Ape, Sarge?
He had those tubbly things, those Tubbies.
Right.
Clue grew up on Teletubbies.
I did. I actually used to love the Teletubbies. I had a stuff.
Oh, that's creepy. Richard,
They
there's
were
a link.
genderless beings. That was the beginning of where we are today.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, Underdog. I loved that show.
Underdog was good. He sent you a link there, though, Richard.
How about Hong Kong Phooey?
The California Raisins.
Yeah.
Smurfs, Fraggle Rock. I still watch Scooby Doo as often as I can.
I did not like Scooby Doo.
What?
I didn't care for it either, man.
It just was so annoying to me. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of stupid.
I don't care. Then guess what? Call me Chinese because that
Captain
show
Caveman
just worked my nerves.
I do not hear anything. I will come back in just a second. I love you guys.
Alrighty.
I love
Captain-
the Flintstones.
Captain Caveman and Scooby Doo were my favorite cartoons.
Yabba dabba do time. Yabba
Oh,
do
that
time.
already. It's 10. Ooh.
Yeah, they ruined cartoons.
If I'm asleep.
Why did they ever take Saturday morning cartoons off the TV?
I don't know, man.
I used to watch Saturday morning cartoons, and then on Sundays we would watch the
I really don't know.
USA Cartoon Express. It came on from 7 a.m. till noon, and then at noon, wrestling would come on.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Caveman, Soul Train. Oh wow, with Don Cornelius. Yeah, Saved by the Bell. I like that because of all the girls on there. I was all about that one.
Imagine.
And then 90210.
Yeah,
That was
I didn't care for that.
Betty Boop.
My sister was into Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. I'm still huge fans of. Love them.
Schoolhouse Rock. Yep. I'm just a bill. I'm only a bill. Remember that shit?
Yep. Conjunction Junction. What's your function? I remember those.
Oh,
American.
that little Bill used to sit on the step.
Yeah.
He was like a folded paper.
Yeah.
Well, he
Mhm.
was sad. Yeah, he was sad. He was just a bill. He wasn't law yet.
He was just a bill. How about Airwolf? Anybody remember Airwolf?
Only a- What?
He said, yeah, he was sad.
He was
just a
sad.
bill.
He was
wasn't
sad.
law yet.
He wasn't a law.
No, he was only a bill. I'm just a bill.
You kind of sound like
bill.
Sarge.
Sitting here. What is
You know what I used to like was when
Hmm?
was on Sesame
Capitol
Street
Hill.
when they would come down the stair with those cakes or those pies, and it was remember when the Count Dracula would count.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
And then them guys would come down the stairs,
Yeah.
and the pies would go. He'd fall every time and whack people with all them pies. He'd get covered in it. It was awesome. How about that? The Muppet Show.
That's
Oh,
good. Yeah.
Canadian chef. Derby derby derby. Chin pork porchy.
The chef, yes.
Who's the one that likes the Teletubbies?
The D.
Here you go, Sarge.
I'm gonna watch that Super
Oh,
Bowl.
yay!
Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution?
This is when TV worked, man. You gotta be careful you don't get nailed for this.
Oh, I'll clip it. I'm not worried
But I
about it.
wonder who that
See?
sad little scrap of paper is.
He said,
I'm just a bill.
I'm just a bill.
only a bill.
I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
See how sad he is?
It's a long
That's how they taught us everything back then.
Aw.
It's a
It
long
doesn't
Bill.
work out easy, does it?
sitting in
Nope.
committee, but
You're done with
Nowadays it does when they want to spend your money.
at least I
Yeah.
hope and pray that I
We don't even have any input anymore.
You guys remember the ABC after school
Gee, Bill,
special?
you certainly have a lot of
Oh my God.
courage.
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
Started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea.
Hey, aloha, guys.
Back home, decided they
Welcome,
wanted to
Richard.
broadcast, so they called their local congressman. And
I don't get a copyright nail on this.
Then he sat down.
No, I was just showing everybody real quick.
Yeah.
My bill.
He said, "Look how sad he is."
Yeah.
Now he's happy. He's a bill.
Right.
And then he gets into the whole reality, and he realized how many times he's gonna get rolled over and rolled over and rolled over and rolled and rolled, and you know, it doesn't end up a happy story. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Does anybody remember the? Oh my God, the letter people.
I don't know.
Tell me you don't remember the letter people. They used to show it in elementary school for like 1st through 4th grade.
Did anybody else learn Spanish with Muzzy?
No.
Do what?
No, y'all don't remember Muzzy? Was that just my school that did that?
Probably.
I've never heard of that.
You
Oh,
guys
he
don't
was
even.
the cutest little like monster, and he taught you Spanish. Okay,
Nope.
never mind.
Nope. We had. That's what we learned. Like the letter people and what the hell was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
1, 2, 3,
9,
4,
10,
5,
11,
6.
12.
Yeah.
You learned Spanish.
The electric company. The electric company.
He looked like a knockoff Cookie
No.
Monster.
That's Saturday. I was gonna say it's Saturday. No, that is freaking Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I finally found.
Sesame Street?
Listen, I found a
Sesame
childhood
Street.
song that no one's heard of. Tell me if you've ever heard of this song. You ready?
Yeah.
Agalina, Hagalina, Okapoka, Okatoka, Akataka, Waka was her name.
Yeah, I heard it the other
Nope.
day.
You know, but you guys have never heard it. Like, it's
I never
Magalina,
heard it, period.
Hagalina. So Magalina,
Not in
Hagalina
class.
is the song.
Oh, I got one for you. Hold on a minute. You guys
This
get
one-
it.
Wait.
Yeah, hell.
But let's hear what Sarge. What are you talking about?
A song that comes from when I was a very young child.
Magalina, Hagalina, Doppelinger Doc.
Okatoka, Wakataka, Okapoka Loka was her name. So it says she had 2 hairs on the top of her head. One was alive, the other was dead. Then you sing her name again. She had 2 hairs on top of her head. Oh, that okay. She had 2 teeth in the middle of her mouth. One pointed north, the other pointed south. It was just a funny ass song for kids. And our music teacher used to make us sing it. All right. She had 2 lips, 2 beautiful lips, shaped just like 2 battleships.
Well, I knew this guy from Manitoba or whatever, and he definitely knew. I don't know what the frick.
Take care of no shenanigans.
Look at
Who remembers this?
Here. This describes Clue. She had 2 feet, size 40 and a half. One took a shower, and the other took a bath.
Okay, now as fast as you can.
He was funny, man.
Picture pages, picture pages, picture pages.
Oh,
No,
picture page. Okay, yes.
picture pages, picture pages, picture pages. Now, here.
What?
I do remember
Picture
this.
page, it's time to get your picture page. It's time to get your crayons and your pens.
Fat Albert.
Picture pages, open up your picture page. It's time to watch Bill Cosby do a picture page with you.
Oh, I'm looking at doing this type style of art. Oh my fuck. Oh my God.
You don't remember this, you guys?
No,
No?
I don't remember this. No,
Oh,
I remember
shit.
Fat Albert though.
Yeah, let's go to.
Wow, this show is pretty cool. He did Fat Albert. Yeah, he's right. Senor Del Gato. I remember that one,
So
Firefly.
Richard, what kind of brain picking did you want to do?
Diego, check your back chat.
All right. Go ahead. Let me see something here.
See, Dago always tells me, he says, "Go ahead, Richard, do whatever you want to do," and it doesn't always end well. Though, what I was saying, well, you know, going back to that whole, thinking about the Bill Cosby animations, that style was, it was across the board, even with, There's an echo. Though, even with
Turn off your YouTube.
it's not me. Even the Rocky and Bullwinkle, because we had the the pop-in characters in between the Rocky and Bullwinkle. They had the large heads, this and that. It's
Whoa.
not me this time.
Clue, what the hell are you sucking on?
What?
You're making. There's just some noise coming from your thing. That's all. I've never heard of that before, Clue. That whatever you had in the back of that thing, I've never seen that.
That's what I'm telling you to show people. They may remember.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on real quick. I had this one up here. I wanted to see if anybody remembered this guy. This guy used to weird me out big time. Here we go.
Slim Goodman. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've produced hundreds of educational, fun, and award-winning videos for kids, teachers, and
Good body.
When a body needs something.
Yes,
Oh,
I remember this
fuck
guy.
yeah, dude.
Slim Goodbody.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he was around about Captain Kangaroo. Do you know who that is, Clue?
No,
Mr. Rogers.
He's in a song.
Hey, did you ever see the In Living Color episode about Mr. Rogers?
Yes. No, that was Saturday.
He's in a pornography store.
That was Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, before we get to that though, let's go back to Dago. What you're showing right there, because that is a major inspiration to me. It's that's how I'm actually doing a lot of my art, is finding these weirdo things. So can you show that again? Yes, as much as you can legally. Yes, please.
Gotcha. Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross.
Yes. I am Goth Bob Ross. So yeah.
I miss Bob Ross. That dude was like the calmest person ever.
Yeah, and there's a war going on because of all of his variety stuff and everything. But I mean, can you play that thing that you just played? The thing with the the mounts. I forget what it was. The guy in the body suit. Can you play that once again?
Somebody, there's nobody like.
There you go.
During the past 40 years, my shows have aired on CBS, PBS, Nickelodeon, and Discovery.
Eat good foods every day so you'll have lots of energy.
Hell no.
That is Slim Goodbody.
That is some creepy stuff.
Kind of glad I missed it.
That is exactly what I'm trying to do in my project. So I know it's creepy, but yeah, that is kind of what I'm.
You're not going to look very good in that slim outfit, though.
Well, actually, you don't know. I just went to town and I had 3 girls. They were at least 35 and under 76, and they were all checking me out. I mean, I was.
Wait a minute. Stop.
That's a race.
They were at least 35, but under 76. Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
That was great. That was great.
At least 3 girls, which is 1 woman at 74.
I mean, actually, they were obviously much more. They were, though it was really nice. I actually took a bath today, and I went to town, and I cleaned up, and I wore just a shirt, not any of my all of my dressings. I just went as a normal guy, and I had 3 or 4 girls that could have been younger than 74, really checking me out, and it was nice. It was really nice.
Well, you didn't wear pants?
That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
that will definitely make you feel good. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. This is what I was trying to show you guys. Wait a minute.
Some of them were over 25. I'll say that.
Oh my.
They were young. That's what I was trying to get at. They were young, but I was trying to be complimentary to the older gals in the chat. No, they were young.
All right, let's see who remembers this.
All
real
the
quick.
older gals are saying, "Put your pants back on."
And he said I wore just
Oh
a
my
shirt.
God! Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. Don't show it.
I'm playing. It doesn't matter.
My
Everything
name
I'm
is
playing
David.
is
I
playing.
sing when I'm 10 years old. I would like to be an astronaut someday. To learn more about it,
Oh, it's not playing it the right way. Damn it! Oh well.
I never saw that. I was.
Wait,
The
that looks
USA
like,
Cartoon Express lamb
oh,
chop.
okay. Oh, that's USA. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Where the hell is the? They're not showing the intro commercial. It was like a train and all that. What the hell is
No,
that?
you were playing it, but it was it them riding on a little thingy?
No. What the hell? I don't remember this stuff. That's not what I was looking for. Anyway.
I'm mad you're not playing Muzzy.
I don't think anybody knows it. Hold on.
Felicity does.
Never heard of this in my life.
He's amazing. And he was really good at teaching Spanish.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is
Speak Spanish?
Muzzy speaks Spanish, yes.
You speak Spanish.
Pequeño.
See? Yes. No, this I've never seen.
You probably fast forward until you see him.
Rey de Gondolandia.
¿Cómo están ustedes?
Jeez,
Soy la reina.
terrible.
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
I don't see him yet. There he is.
That green thing?
Yeah, that's
No.
Muzzy.
Grande.
Y yo soy grande.
Y yo soy grande.
Uzi el grande. Grande.
Justo grande.
Ain't he cute?
Oye, grande.
Looks like your man.
Yeah, that's what I
His
was
bathrobe. Yeah.
Aw, he does look like you in your little Chewbacca robe.
Cletus.
Oh man.
Yes, so grande. Red Dwarf.
I
Yes,
say that
Andy.
to him all the time. You
That was
so
the other
grande.
show. That was the other show right there. Red Dwarf, the British show.
15 acres is the place to go. All right, I'm going to jump down. You guys are wackadoodle.
I love Red Dwarf. Who's wackadoodle? You were throwing things out there too, Stodge.
I know. We're all wackadoodle. Nothing wrong
Oh,
with being a
yeah.
wackadoodle. Cletus.
Red Dwarf was awesome, Firefly. My wife loves it too.
He's talking to you.
Sir.
Where did Richard go?
Richard dropped. I think we scared him away. We told
Maybe
him to put
he
on
went to
pants
put
and he
pants
vanished.
on.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had pants on.
I'm going to say goodnight, Cletus.
Have a good night, Sod.
Good night, Dago. And good night, Missy Clue.
Bye-bye.
How did we get into this conversation anyway?
It started with TV shows.
We started
You were
talking about
talking about satellite.
It
that
started
streaming service, and it went into all this. Whatever, it was a good time. I enjoyed it anyway. It wasn't supposed to be, but whatever.
I'm getting down too. We're
Yeah, I think it's time for me to get off actually because it's
Time
12,
for me to fly.
3 hours we've been on here, guys. I'm sorry we didn't talk about anything other than TV and stuff, but
Hey, it was just that's what it was supposed to be. Nothing.
I mean, they were talking too.
it's all right, Richard. No worries, sir.
You did say open discussion, so
It is open, and it was a nice, relaxing show, though. I enjoyed it.
But I guess we're going to be critiqued because it isn't purely true crime.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to stay on topic.
Well, maybe we should do it. Maybe sometime this week we'll do a documentary on one of the on one of the channels about the making of grandfather clocks.
Oh yeah, because you learned why they're called that today.
I did. It's quite an interesting story.
They're dangerous, those things. You
I
gotta be
do
careful.
agree, Firefly. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed myself with this tonight, guys. We need to do this more often.
You researched what was it? A song, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
They were originally called long case clocks until somebody made a song called Grandfather Clock.
Long case clocks.
That's right.
Do they?
I never knew that until you told me that earlier.
Yeah.
There's an APB out on one.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Seriously.
But watch out for him because he's unstable.
Yeah.
And he's on the loose. All points bulletin. An unstable grandfather clock.
Don't
your
wind
mother
him up,
inside.
whatever you do.
Hide your mother-in-laws. Hide your mothers and grandparents.
Reading Rainbow. Thank you. That's the one I was trying to think of earlier. This
Yes.
week.
Good night.
You don't have to take
Have a
my
good
word
night.
for it.
Sarge, talk to you tomorrow. How about the Magic School Bus? Anybody remember that?
Oh, yes. That lady was crazy.
Yes, she was. She was Looney Tunes for sure.
She was tricking people to get on that bus and then taking them through pure hell.
Mm-hmm. Pink Panther. I love the
Let's
Pink
go
Panther.
through the intestines.
Right.
Like, lady, I just signed up to go to school, okay?
You're right. Why are we driving through the human body?
Entering through their mouth.
Remember that movie Inner Space?
Yes, but Dennis Quaid.
And Martin Short, wasn't it?
Martin Short, yes. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I watched a great movie today with Richard Pryor. Caden wanted to see this really bad because me and my wife had talked about it for a couple of weeks. Has anybody ever seen the movie Moving with Richard Pryor and
yeah.
Dana Carvey and Randy Quaid? Oh my God!
I haven't seen that.
Did you ever see The Toy?
Yeah, oh hell yeah, with Jackie Gleason.
Yeah. You ass.
What's that movie where he plays that great big piano?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks. Big.
I want to see that. The only part I've ever seen is him jumping on that piano.
Oh,
That's a great movie. Very good movie.
Yeah, you need to see that.
Movies ain't like they used to be back in the days.
No.
Seriously, like I sit constantly. I introduce Caden to all that stuff. How about I told you guys before, he loves Hogan's Heroes, which blew my mind. So he likes that older stuff.
I love that show.
I know nothing. He cracks him up every time.
We just talked about this the other night because we saw an advertisement for a new Twister movie. Like they remade Twister.
You can't do that. I hate when they do that.
That's what he said. He was like, it's not going to be near as good as the first one. I was like, I don't know because with CGI, but it's
They
like,
never are. They redid Footloose and ruined it. Every time they do this, they ruin these movies.
they redid Footloose. Why would you redo Footloose?
Thank you. Bonnie, what are you bringing up? That's my girlfriend there.
What?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, sheesh.
I love her.
I think she was really pretty in True Lies.
Uh-huh. Yes, she was. And what was that old one, Cletus? It had Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in it. Trading Places.
Yes. God, what a great movie.
Twisters. How about the Gong Show? Anybody remember that?
Yes, I do. I do remember that show.
Was great.
What a stupid show, but it was great.
It was dumb as shit, but
yeah,
it was.
It was the most ridiculous thing. Like I can't believe I remember that.
Name Chuck Barris or something.
The CIA operative that created the Gong Show.
Right, right.
In high school, I remember like we had TVs like in the corners and like we would all just be plugged into like The Price is Right.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because these kids today, no way. Like they ain't watching that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, my teacher watched that in third grade. When I was in third grade, we'd sit there at lunchtime if we weren't outside and we'd watch it. Here it is.
I will say it's kind of a dangerous show though, because when you got out on your own, you expected shit to be priced like it was on The Price is Right, and it was not.
Mm-hmm. This is the Gong Show.
Oh.
gong, damn it.
Do they hit a gong ever?
Yeah, watch. They must like this one.
That guy is hilarious dancing. Like his whole upper body don't move.
Another chance.
Well, anyway, the way this worked is if these people would come out and do these acts, and if nobody liked it, they'd hit this big ass gong. And it was just great. It was a hilarious show. There was a bunch of shows like this out back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Remember Candid Camera?
Yeah.
Smile. You're on Candid Camera.
Do you remember when America's Funniest Home Videos came out?
Yes.
And
The
how
original.
much of a hit that was?
That was huge. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep, he wore the bag over his head. That's right, Firefly. My God.
Everybody wanted to send a video in and be on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yep. Yeah, and I heard that story way after, as I got older, that he was the CIA operative and he started this show.
Yeah, I think he either wrote a book or somebody wrote a book about that. I can't remember what it was, but I remember hearing about that.
How crazy is that? Richard says the YouTube and social media have become the Gong Show. Am I wrong? No, you're not. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I do agree with that one. That's hilarious.
And the internet has become the world's funniest home videos.
Yeah.
What was that other show where all those people they would sit up in a square and then they would answer questions for people?
Oh crap! Yeah.
What'd you say it was? Hollywood Squares. That's it. Yes.
I was like the name Squares in it.
I like that show too, Bonnie. The Real World. That was like the original version of like Jersey Shore, I think.
Yes, I agree.
They had that, and then they had that other one where they were all in an RV going across. What the hell was that one called?
I never saw The Real World, but
I did.
I remember when it came out and everybody talking about it because I didn't have cable or satellite, so I had no idea.
I got addicted to that shit real quick.
But I remember when it came out and everybody was talking about it, and I just could not understand the concept. I'm like, it's what do you mean reality? Well, it's just
that's when reality TV started, right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're just filming them, and I'm like, that just sounds boring as hell to me.
It wasn't though. It was crazy good.
I wanted to go on the Bad Girls Club so bad.
My oldest son got me involved in Jersey Shore show, and he's like, "You got to watch it. You're Italian." I'm like, "What?" And he was right. I did. That's where the meatballs term came from for everybody in here. Somebody else in here brought it up. Brewster's Millions. Yes, that's another good one. Davigo. I like Jackie Gleason. Period. Smokey and the Bandit. The Honeymooners. That was it, Bonnie. You're right. Road Trip. That was it. And then there was The Surreal Life. Did anybody ever watch that one?
I've heard of it. I didn't watch it.
That one had like, who the hell do I remember watching one season of it that had like Flavor Flav and Bridget Nielsen and the little dude from Austin Powers in it. Reality TV went nuts after that.
We're going to jump down, Dago.
Yeah, I think I'm going to shut her down for tonight. We've been live over 3 hours and I'm tired. So
good night, everybody.
Have a great night, folks. Thanks for joining me up here, guys. It was fun tonight. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye. I hope everybody in chat, thank you guys for jumping up here with us tonight as well. I hope you guys had a blast. I did. I really did. Sorry it didn't work out, Richard. And thank you all for jumping up here or jumping in here. Cops. I used to watch the hell out of Cops, Greg. What was that? I just saw somebody. The Newlywed Game. I used to watch that with my mom. She loved that game. Anyway, it was a good night, guys. It was fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and making it fun with us. You guys were awesome tonight. I appreciate you all so very much. And anybody that donated, thank you so much for that as well. God bless. I appreciate you guys. We should be here live tomorrow, the normal time. Maybe we'll touch on the subjects we were supposed to touch on. It was worth it, though. It was a good release, good relaxing Monday fun day. So everybody have a great rest of your night, folks. Get some good sleep. I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other. Don't change a thing about yourselves, because you guys are the beautiful people. And I will see you all so very soon. Bye-bye.